fucking Oculus Rift stuff, my audio's all gone to my Oculus, which isn't plugged in at the moment. So I nearly had this entire thing go without any noise. So good thing I noticed me, thanks me. That would have been annoying, because I'd have to then recap the entire episode.
But we love when you do recaps.
I know, but it takes a long time and a lot to work, and no. So,
also, it destroys his sanity each time.
Yeah, definitely. So,
be careful to beware of Cthulhu then, if you lose that one.
Our band of adventurers, the God's Headache, had recently arrived in the city of Groffield. Their first order of business was to get the lay of the land, sort out a few things that come to being into a new city. Some of you went on a little shopping trip, others explored certain areas, but all of you were for a singular purpose: to find out more information about the Wardens of the Worldfire, their apparent interaction with this city, and where they might have gone. Through your investigation in the week, you discovered that there was evidence of the Wardens being here, but that they seemingly vanished about 40 years ago. However, through your investigations, you had uncovered the names of 3 particular dwarves that were living here during that time. Also, one of you got a job to a very paranoid wizard. That was an interesting thing. And one of you also, or 2 of you I should say, went into a cat cafe and made a step in your relationship. So before we continue onwards, I think it's only fair, because she's here and she's not sick and such, and we never got it covered. Sav, why don't you go ahead and talk about the stuff which you intended to do during the week downtime, because we weren't able to get to it last week.
Yay, Sav!
What did you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. So, I gave myself alcohol poisoning while I had strep. It was an ordeal. Okay. Yeah, so first thing she's gonna do is rise, pick up her bun. So she finally takes her hair, because her hair is actually fairly long. She just keeps it up all the time. She's gonna take it out and just chop it off, because God forbid she ever get a normal haircut like a regular.
Alright.
And then
it's easy enough to do, because you're not doing anything style. It's like Mulan style. You just, hair goes down, you just grab it, dagger, just cut it off, sorted.
That's what I did.
And I want her to get drunk at the Rusted Winch, because of course that's the perfect place for her to get drunk in. And I want her to...
You wanted to, what? Sorry, you cut out there.
Oh, sorry, fight people.
Fight people. Okay. Normally I would ask you to roll, but you are playing a monk. A drunken master monk. In a fist fight...
Can I commentate over your fights?
Down to her on that one.
Just roll a d20 to see how spectacular.
Yeah, roll a d20 just to see how much you body everyone in there. And it would be a case of body, because off the top of my head there'd be no one in there of sufficient strength.
Mostly just a bunch of drunk fishermen.
Oh yeah, no, drunk fishermen, drunk sailors. You know, they're like tough and rowdy, but again, this is versus a monk.
And a centaur.
Drunken master, centaur, monk.
Yeah, a drunken master, centaur, monk. At least 2 of those are bad news bears. So, yeah, so I'd say go ahead and roll the d20 to see how badly your body.
And she died. Oh, she's back.
There we go. She didn't vanish for me. There we go. Hey.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I turned this stupid earphone off. I couldn't get it to turn back on. It's like a wireless headphone. Sorry about that. Okay. You want me to roll a d20?
Yeah,
right?
just to see how hard you body the people in the rusted winch.
Okay. How do I roll a d20 again?
So...
Do I just go to the thingy like this?
So
Is that right?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
15. You
Much body.
you
Who gave him it?
these are a bunch of people that like fighting. After about the 7th person that tried to take you on, they kind of realize that this is way out of their depth. And you go through 7 people with ease. You hardly take any damage. So, yeah.
Did you get a trophy?
No trophy because it is just a good old-fashioned bar fight.
Sav, will you allow me to commentate over these bar fights?
Yeah, sure, you're more than welcome. Spice it up.
So during that time as well,
Cooperation looks like we're in a job.
Delson is commentating. Partway through, you do get a empty tankard thrown at you because to them you seem to be distracting a few of the patrons that are just watching and enjoying.
Ow. Everybody be a critic.
It was only like
I feel
the
I
odd
always
one or
think
two
they're all
people.
prof. Isn't
Eric.
this like a bunch of dwarves are here?
It's not. This is a predominantly human city, so you are fighting mostly humans. You do see a few dwarfs. You see 1 or 2 elves maybe. A couple of dragonborns. There's actually quite a few. Like in comparison, there's quite a few Goliaths, but you assume due to the heavy lifting needed in a dockyard that's probably the reason why they're mostly here.
When she's drunk, I think in her mind she just sees all the dwarfs as troll, and she calls them as such.
Oh,
Very, very confused faces ensue from the dwarfs.
did you happen to meet a dwarf who just happens to be called Trothanar as well?
Nope.
Did you find one that was called the Foreman?
They do.
Found him.
They find the Dark Master in there, and that's actually one of the ones that she beats the shit out of. But no. So she doesn't find a foreman, but she does find like an equivalent for the Dark.
And I want her to go to isn't it like a church? I don't know how to pronounce the first part. Michael?
Yep, Mikhail's Mercy.
Okay, Michael's Mercy. Yeah, I would
Church of
like her to-
Archangel Michael.
Alright, so you go to the Church of Mikhail's Mercy. It's the larger of the 2 main temples in the city. The other one is a temple to Talos. You enter in, you get a few odd looks just because of your choice of attire. You can see that a lot of people that are in there like sort of robed up or wearing a lot of formal wear. You're just, you got the bandages around the chest and such, and that's about it. But even though you get a few odd looks, they pay you no more mind beyond that. You can see that the attire for the priests of Mikhail's Mercy is dark blue robes. There's there's diverse amount of races here. But you sit in on one of the services. The choir sings a song involving good harvests and fair winds for their sails. The priest gives a very long sermon specifically about the approaching Gilgamesh horde. They talk about how Mikhail and Talos shall smite those that are seeking to destroy those that follow them and, support them. It's your typical religious propaganda stuff that you get, in times of crisis.
And then after that, in my mind, she normally does it out. I don't know if there's a dense forest around, but that tends to be where she likes to go and just sit for almost an entire day and just meditate for hours because it helps her refocus her center after doing stuff for long periods of time.
Yeah, there's forests out in Groffield, just outside of Groffield. You do need to go a little bit away to find a quiet spot because around this time there's still the large number of Lord's Guard who are currently preparing to set off down south. But you eventually find a quiet spot and you just spend that day just sitting, listening to the sounds, and just meditating deeply.
And yeah, she wants to get a journal to start writing because she wants to have something. If something were to happen to her, she wants to have something to kind of document her journeys.
Okay, that's easy enough. There's several stores that sell journals. You find one that has it's like a thick leather-bound journal specifically for like traveling. A lot of traveling merchants tend to use these kind of journals and such. It costs you about 5 silver, but as I said, it's a very sturdy, like weathered book, like treated pages and everything.
How do I? Okay, so I have I think it's 2,500 gold. I think that's what this total number is.
So if you deduct 1 gold, then you pay them a gold and they give you 5 silver back.
Okay.
Tip 'em.
Which one is silver?
It's the
Silver.
Well, keep
no,
in mind-
there's
keep
two
in-
that are kind of silver. There's like a triangle and then like a diamond.
Oh, the triangle electric.
triangle is Electrum. No one cares about Electrum. Silver's the one below
okay.
the Electrum, I think. Wait, is
Okay.
it?
Or no, it's reversed. The triangle's
Oh yeah.
We have one character that cares about Electrum. Thank you.
Oh no, silver is the triangle. Electrum is the
So
circle.
silver is the okay.
We have one
There's
person that
one
cares about
single
that.
Electrum in the whole game.
I mean, I keep it as a thing. I have a few pieces of Electrum from my, you know his
Since
name.
when?
He gave it to us.
Yeah, even in like normal D&D canon, it's like just old currency no one uses anymore.
Yeah, like that. There is Electrum coins around, but it's like its value is just been so just trash that it is like it's no point. It's kind of like when the UK got rid of the farthing, and it's like, okay, we just got pennies and pounds now. It's like, yeah, farthings still exist, but it's like, who cares? Who cares? It's you just ignore them basically, unless they're like really, really old ones and worth a shit ton of money.
Coin collectors care.
Coin
Exactly.
collectors, yes, that's fine.
Numismatics, man.
All right. So it costs you 5 silver, but you do get yourself a leather-bound journal.
And I can put that in my inventory, right?
Yeah, you can put that in your inventory.
Or my equipment, whatever it's called. You know. But yep, and I think that was it for me.
All right. So that's all of your weekly recap stuff then, I believe.
Mhm.
All right. And just because we kind of ran short on time in the last session, during the week you do hear the town criers say various things, more common during the tail end of it. So I'll just read out the stuff that I was going to say, but we ran out of time because shit happens like that with D&D. So the particular ones you find of notice is Yalmord under siege and lizard folk spotted near Delcross. Avoid any travel down south unless absolutely necessary and under guard. Humanoid creatures seen leaving Platinum Hold. Firehammer clan call them Simics and declare they are covered under the Dwarven Human Accord. Be vigilant, however, for any Simics doing undesirable things. Lord's Guard confirmed the latest burning victim to be a member of the Bilges. Upstanding citizens, please remain vigilant, especially at night. Lord's Guard patrol found dead and drained of fluids towards Exeter. Beware of your surroundings while traveling there. And that's stuff over the week that you hear.
What was that last? The drained of fluid.
Those last two. The one sounded.
The last two are Lord's Guard confirmed the latest burning victim to be a member of the Bilges. Upstanding citizens, please remain vigilant, especially at night. And Lord's Guard patrol found dead and drained of all fluids. Be wary of surroundings towards the Exeter area.
Oh, the people
that
being
was-
burned? That sounds like some fucking warden bullshit.
Is that from near us? The burning, or is that from here?
So the third one...
They said that there were burn victims.
So
Yeah,
like-
around.
People
So-
being burned alive around here.
So the third one confirmed the latest burning victim, so it sounds local. The fourth one was
Yeah.
specifically referring to the area around Exeter.
And then there's like some vampire bullshit or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it sounds like ours.
But that's not close to us.
Wait,
But yeah,
what
there's
did you
people
say
being
about, like,
burned nearby.
They were Bilges?
So the latest burning victim was confirmed to be a member of the Bilges.
Okay, so if we find that group, they might know something.
Yeah, we should look into that, considering that we're literally looking for people who burn others alive.
Yep.
Not that these
Wait,
guys are going to be of any help. The second that we go to the town crier, they're going to be the messenger.
I don't know. I'm just a messenger.
Wait, I need to.
We've learned.
It's almost
Wait, I
like
need to go
that's the
back.
entire job of a town crier, to be given
I don't know
messages and
anything.
read them out.
Listen, if you're
I
a
just say stuff.
journalist, you should be informed on the news that you are reporting.
Indeed.
See, that
Oh,
would be
that's so
true in modern day, but this is Dungeons and
In modern
Dragons.
day.
But in Dungeons and Dragons, you just hear ye, and they read
They're
off a
idiots.
parchment.
So we need to find whoever provided them with that information.
Yeah,
Which
and
I'm
I need to go
guessing
back.
are the
Feeling
Lord's
easy.
Guard.
You can
I need to
ask
go
a
to
town
the
crier who
Ammo
gave the
Training.
information.
Just skip over that nonsense. Just go straight to the Lord's
Yeah.
Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go get my ammo making trainings.
Okay, so that'll be your entire day, Delson. Learning,
Yep.
learning more of your stuffs.
I'm trying to think if I want to scribe. Yeah.
You want to scribe what now?
I don't know. You know, I might as well try. Can I want to try the shop area and look around?
Scribe the what area? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
The workshop area and the wizard where I basically where I work.
Oh, Zigzag's workshop. Okay.
I forgot his actual name. Yeah, Zigzag the workshop.
Okay. You focus on the scrying orb, and you feel your vision go upwards, and then begin to focus on the workshop. As it goes forward, though, you feel a force push against you, and the spell dissipates.
Well, let's go into workshop.
All right. So where's people going then?
Where should...
Because
Change and get my stuff together and go to work.
obviously you got your leads, you got places you can go. So where's everyone heading to? I know obviously Delson's doing more training.
Can I just ask around? I'd like to just talk to people and ask who the villagers are. Do we know who that is? I don't think we know who those are.
None of you would know, so I would say if that's the case, you can make an investigation check.
Investigation? I can't talk to people.
That's
I'm
part
just
of
terrible at
that
one
is
of them.
part of talking to people. That you're investigating certain things
More
by
like just,
talking to people.
I'm gonna use my persuasion, not my shitty.
I mean, you could
investigation.
be really rude and just investigate in their minds. Just
Hey,
be like,
17 's
hello,
fine
friend.
as well, though.
17. Okay, so let me just get a drink because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I just want to know who that is.
Okay, so give me a second. So, in any city, there's going to be crime, and with big enough crime,
That's what I was expecting.
there's going to be gangs. So you find that the Bilges are one of the big shot gangs in this city. There's a few others, but since you're primarily focused on the Bilges, you get information about them. The Bilges are very secretive, and though they sound like something that would be involved in piracy, they predominantly are black market traders. They obtain their goods usually illegally and usually with bloodshed. They are subtle enough, and they have enough. And from what people believe, they believe that they've got people in high places, maybe even among the judges and everything, to allow them to continue with these crimes.
Okay. Wait, so I missed stuff. What are people doing?
Me and Raya and Gratian, actually, all three of us went and did that. And we
Did what?
went around town and just tried to figure out who the Bilges are. And they're some sort of big shot gang. Sort of secretive. They're people who get pricey goods or any sort of goods illegally, and then
Right, okay.
yeah. Sort of like smuggler-esque, I imagine, but mostly just like black market salesman.
They're pretty, from what you can gather, because in your investigation when you like query about it, they do some smuggling, but apparently another gang focuses more on smuggling things.
Interesting. Well, that should be fun. If we ever talk to them.
Yeah, what Gratian said. They're kind of like a mafia, almost.
Okay. It could be fun. Let's kill them.
I think we should
Kill
be
everyone.
a little bit more subtle than that, Raya. Though if push comes to shove, we'll let you loose on them, I promise.
Shazbot.
Naru. Sorry.
sad murder hobo noises.
All right. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what me and them do for.
okay, that's what you spend your day doing,
Time.
I'll say, because
Yeah.
you do need to obviously ask about, and you have to be very careful because you're asking about criminal gangs and
Yeah. As soon as we figure out that they're actually like criminals, then it's like, okay, maybe you should like be a little bit more subtle.
yeah, like you
Why would we be subtle? We're God's headache. We're everybody's headache.
like that.
Okay, listen,
like,
not all of us were part of a gang before.
I'll
Okay,
say.
look, y'all don't know that backstory yet, so shush.
I don't, like, was it?
What can I say? Blood in, blood out.
Like going by the fact that as Val, if you are very charismatic, you are able to
I'm
sort of.
charismatic, but he's like pretty obtuse
But-
about stuff. So like,
but you're
he would ask
able-
around.
But the way that but thankfully, because you only know it from what the crier says, it kind of doesn't arouse suspicion. Because you basically go says, "I've heard about these. The crier's just talked about
the
these guys called the
Bilges.
Bilges.
Tell me
What
about
are
the
they?
Bilges." And you're like, oh, they just like leave.
Yeah,
Like you're a
Oh,
traveler.
like you ask it as a person that is generally like, I don't know who the fuck these are, as opposed to I know who these are, but I'm just trying to nudge in a bit more on it.
Let's get exactly some more
You're
information.
charismatic.
Do
So
I
it's
get
like-
any information about where they operate more?
You're not able to get any information on where
Okay.
they operate, and you
they
kind of
might have a
deduce when you
base or
find out they're a
something like that.
criminal gang, you realize that's probably not a question you want to just
Yeah,
willy-nilly
exactly.
ask.
Like I would if I could, but if I don't, then that's
Like you've got a
Figure
negative
that out
2, I
otherwise.
think, your wisdom, but you don't need to have a massive wisdom score to know that asking where a criminal gang is located is a bad idea.
Where's your base? Where do you guys live?
Hey, can I come to your guys' base? Can I do?
It's like you wouldn't do that in real life, would you?
No, we do have a possible in getting in if we need to talk to somebody.
Just ask
Like,
Fortune to look
just
around
with
for
Gratian
them.
and Raya, I'll, like just show them the big fat
Fat?
it's really big. I forget what it's called. The Celestine core.
Yes.
Like if they would probably be interested in that. So if we need to get a hold of them, we could probably get their attention that way.
I suppose.
All right. So that's your guys is there. What about everyone else? What are they doing?
I was gonna go to work and try to maybe investigate a little bit. I'm also a little afraid since I just cried him. Like, crap. I had a. It's like I just cried the paranoid wizard, and apparently he protection against it.
There's a pigeon palace here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You arrived here when you first got here. You went to that basically first and foremost.
Then I'm gonna go ask them about this gang.
About the Bilges.
Yup, the Bilges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I know that I think we did some investigating last session.
And you got about the Wardens, and you were told of 3 dwarfs that were around when the burning started and are still here after it's ended.
Okay. In that case, I will try to meet one of the people on that list.
Okay, so you have a choice of 3: Loez Ultifer, Moor Sladblade, or Tilla Yellowsmith.
One of them just works at the dog.
Yeah, I'll go with
The other two would be
Loas.
hard to figure
Okay,
out.
Loez is the dock worker. Okay, so now we kind of got an idea.
Potion shop her.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So let's go ahead and start with Floriana's little bit. I'm kind of assuming this is going to be the easier ones of the ones to go through, but knowing how D&D goes. So, Floriana,
Yes.
you arrive at the arcane craft.
Okay.
You can see that it is there, just like you see he's looking about while occasionally scribbling down on some parchment.
Hello, I came to work for another shift today.
Oh, yes, you're here. Yes. Good. Go to where you were normally. Continue to work. Don't look anywhere.
And just continue scribbling.
Can I try an insight to see if he seems a bit more off than usual?
Make an insight check. This is a very paranoid man. It's difficult to read him.
What?
Or at least I don't think I realize he's probably on edge. He's
All the time.
doing something.
Yeah, you get the feeling, and especially because of, you've been working here, I'd say, for a few days, this guy has only got, like, one setting, and that is always paranoid.
I will just... Whatever, I guess, perception is to see what looks, like, just noticeable in case I do come back later, I guess.
Make a perception check, then.
Yeah.
9. Seems to be mostly the same. You notice when you're in the back area that a lot of the things around there are in, like, chests and cases. And every single one of them has got a lock on them.
Seems to be a easy way to sneak in.
I mean, there's a window at the back. Like, you've been working, there's been a window, like, near you that you can look out from.
Does it look magical? Like,
It looks like a window. You know from the scrying spell not working that he's obviously got some protections on here. What protections he has, though, you have no idea.
Mhm.
Outside of one that prevents scrying.
I'll walk over to the window and kind of lean through, and windows in these days, or at least, is it a glass window?
It's a glass window, yeah.
I'll just kind of like hand against it, and
The glass is cold to touch, as you would expect in this kind of weather, but it's solid. It's glass.
does he react to me like?
You're in a separate room from where he is, so he can't actually see you because he's at the front. You are in a room in the back. Did we lose Blum or?
Oh,
No.
let's see. Yeah. Just think. Maybe I'll come. Maybe I should cut. I would just go back. I guess I would just go do my actual work now. I'm a little concerned about, unlocking stuff.
Okay, alright. You go ahead and do that. So, we'll say for the rest of the day that's what you spend doing, just working in the arcane craft. Who's, I think probably best now then, would be who's going to the Plane Hunters Guild then?
That's Nemesis, right?
Me. Is anyone else going with me?
I'll go with.
Yeah, I figured.
Can we take Maelstrom, please?
I mean,
Imagine Maelstrom like goes the same speed as every other horse, but it just looks like it's slow motion. Everything goes slow motion.
Oh my god.
Just looks a
hair,
little.
hair waving in the wind.
Okay. So, you take Maelstrom with you. Again, Maelstrom, being Maelstrom, tries to go at a full gallop, but gets slowed by the Lord's Guard. You do get warned if he keeps doing it, you get fined for potentially causing a risk to the public. But eventually...
You committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you?
Stop right there, criminal scum. Your spree's at an end. Pay the fine, or I'll... I forgot the entire thing. That's just what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna just be in it like at the climax, right at the end, and then all of a sudden you guys get stopped because you hear, "Stop! You violated the law."
Oh my god.
Also, I'm sorry, but I really hope the final session ends with just everything fades to black, and then light
Oh
fills
my
back in.
god.
We all wake up.
And then all we hear is, "Hey,
You're finally awake.
Oh my god.
That'd be fun. Alright. But yeah, you make it to the Plane Hunters Guild. Rollis is there. You can see he is once again studying his books.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
I came here to ask you a few questions of the possibly illegal variety.
Assumption is made of you doing illegal, or
No, not me doing illegal things, but other people.
hunters not allowed to do a legal thing.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just looking for possibly illegal people.
We're looking for a lead.
Right.
I can't even stop myself from giggling through this whole thing.
Hello, I'm trying to find your finest purveyor of dumb bitch juice.
Right?
Ask for illegal people. Why?
So we can potentially stop a bunch of murderers and put them to justice.
Job of plane hunter is not to stop illegal people. Job of plane hunter to hunt monster.
Well, it's a good thing that we're mercenaries and we can do whatever we want in our off time. So,
We are Plane Hunter Plus. You have to pay us a membership fee.
have you heard of the Bilges?
Know little of bilges, yes. Not comfortable to tell, given intent sounding.
Listen, I don't care about whatever gang activities they're doing, but we are looking for people who are being burned alive.
Burning, yes. Little I know of, yes.
Do you know where we might find more information on that from someone who might actually be involved in it, or at least know of people involved in it?
Lord Guard headquarters.
I was thinking more unofficial variety. We already have someone going to the Lord's Guard.
You assume my knowing of backwater gangs.
Nemesis, can I take over for this one for a second?
Yes?
Okay, listen here. We're not saying that you know something, but you're our best source of information around here, and if we continue to go to the Lord's Guard, or our entire group, it might be suspicious. Can you help us out, or no? There's a good reward in it for you.
You already are being suspicious.
It's just the way she talks. She's not used to this sort of information.
Make a persuasion check. I'll say one of you can either do separate rolls or one of you can do with advantage. Your choice.
Do you just want to do advantage?
Which roll is it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. I think I have the higher persuasion, so...
I mean...
Even though I'm really dumb.
I said either that or you can both roll separately and see how it goes.
Let's see how this goes.
We'll roll separately, okay.
Normal roll separately.
Oof.
Oof. Wow. Hey!
Hey!
She's pretty, that's why.
Kind of just... He watches his shoulders, slump slightly. I know not gang involved, but... very common smuggler path near docks. South side of dock. Find them, smuggle, and maybe can talk. suggest doing so at night.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry.
He looks generally like partially concerned. It looks like concerned about where the line of questioning's going. If you have question of more legal kind, willing to talk, but the conversation is uncomfortable for.
I suppose. Do you have any jobs for us to do in the meantime of the completely legal nature?
You say of hunting job. I did mention this last week of disappearances in nearby mine. Survivors report roaring, so monster at least, so definitely legal. Little information. The reward is what you gather.
All right, good to know. Just jotting that down. Is there something that we are required to bring back?
Proof of kill, tooth, claw, carapace, whatever you can. Beyond that, whatever gather from creature, yours to keep. To sell, to craft, down to you.
Alright, I will inform the group of it.
To make into illegal item.
What do with item you do you?
Oh my god!
We get item, business done, ramifications not on us.
Individually.
They're so fucking stupid.
This is a good representation of like when people learn any English language and then it's just like repetition and like learning things from other people, and so just like you do you just becomes like, yeah, that's just how you talk. That's an idiom. That's how it works.
Yeah, I'm pulling a lot of inspiration from Petra from Free Houses here to try and do this.
I'm just kind of making fun of him with the whole legal items.
All right, Fortune, if that's all, we should be on our way. We're clearly scaring him.
Not scaring, just concerning.
Concerning. I'll go ahead and grab Fortune's wrist and drag her out.
And also, the entire
question you again later.
The entire time you also notice as well, because he tends, like, you've noticed the 2 times you've seen him, that he's been, like, looking in the book, he's also had a mage hand. The entire time, the mage hand's just kind of just, like, been still. Like, this has took so much of his attention that even the mage hand can't, like, work on stuff.
Oh, this poor guy.
Oh my gosh, why did you say we were gonna question him again?
Because we might have to question him again, and also it's really fun to intimidate some people. Like, come on.
I did not intend for this intimidation.
I'll be her be again.
You are always intimidating.
How so? I find myself to be very presentable.
You're massive.
I can't control that. Would you like me to make myself smaller? And Nem will just kind of like bunch herself up and hunch over.
Absolutely
Is that better?
Not. Now you just look even more terrifying, like you're gonna kill somebody. The black hair doesn't help here.
Fine. And Nem resumes her upright posture. That's right. Beauty pageant.
This entire time you guys have been having this little argument, you just see Maelstrom just like, tennis match, just like, even though we can't understand what you say, because he's talking in common, you just see him just like,
oh my god.
I turn to Maelstrom and I speak in Infernal. We're gonna take a very slow, extremely slow, nice little walk through a certain part of town, okay?
very well, mistress. I shall endeavor to keep my speed at hold.
Thank you.
Oh God. He just starts walking in very slow.
Yeah, no, he's like the 80-year-old that's walking down the street
Oh
with
my
a
God.
walking cane. Like,
I want to send him through the shady parts of town because I want to investigate for any signs of thieves' cants around the buildings.
Oh great. And you're just taking them on this expedition through the
Yes.
slums.
okay, make an investigation check.
Okay, I can't help with that because I can't read Thieves'
You
Cant.
can't read thief cans, unfortunately.
Yep.
You go to the store with one of your sketchy friends, and then on like the way back home,
Yeah.
you're like, "Wait a second, I just gotta go through. I just gotta do something." And you're like, "What?" And they like drive through somewhere, and they like, get drugs, and you're like, but okay." I've never been in this situation before, and now I'm uncomfortable.
So, so you find a marking on a door frame. You swear it could just be like someone that's just been like scraping the down across it, but you look closer, it's like that could be an arrow. That could be an arrow. And you start following it, and you run into a dead end. And you start searching around for any other markings or anything else, and there's nothing there. It's like, wait, maybe that was just someone, like some scrapings on a door frame. Shit.
Where the hell are we?
I swear to God, skull diggers at least have some sort of situation over here. But no, these guys have nothing!
What are we looking for? Why are we in a back alley?
We're looking to see if there's any sort of markings to lead to where they could be.
What markings?
A little arrow, this or that, something that notifies to the people that are part of this group, like, hey, go this way, it's good for the new people that join, because new people are stupid.
You're the one that can't find anything right now, so I'm not sure if it's the new people that are stupid.
Well, I'm not part of their... Aha! Okay. This might be really, really, really dumb. But we could try to get me as a new recruit into this group.
How are we going to get you in as a new recruit, quote unquote, when we don't even know where to find them?
Well, we're in the shadier side of town. If they're paying anybody to protect those shops, we could always ask the more well-off shops around here.
Oh no, I've been through this situation before. It ended with us, well, ended with one of us getting arrested. I think that we should go back to the group and discuss this with them first.
Fine. I just think it's better to have you with me because you can actually hurt things. I'm just a piece of paper, and also you can keep an eye on Maelstrom so he doesn't go running off into town because that's fun.
Why don't you have control of your own steed? Why do you run into battle when you say that you are paper? Nemesis just shakes her head and goes back to Maelstrom.
The entire time, Maelstrom's just been once again, table tennis, just watching this.
Oh my god.
Fortune just goes back and holds Nemesis' hand.
The girls are
fighting.
fighting.
Save me.
Nemesis just like, you know those pictures of people giving like disgusted looks?
Yep.
That.
Yeah. Alright, so you head back to Maelstrom then, after your little search about. And guess at this point then it is the third group that are going to either the Dwarf or the Lord's Guard, or where's the rest of you going?
Wait, who's in the group?
So we have Valif, Gratian, and Raya are one group. Nemesis and Fortune are another group. Delsin's gone off to learn shooty shoot, and Floriana. Actually, I think that just leaves you by yourself then.
It's just me.
Huh.
Just you.
Oh.
Don't get kidnapped.
Solo
What?
Avengers. I'm gonna be burned alive.
Yeah, you're investigating a dwarvish cult as a former member of it as a dwarf. Like,
Correct.
Yeah. Get in there.
Yeah,
just don't
if they
get
want to,
kidnapped.
if they would kill anyone, it's me. I know.
So I
Yeah,
think
and
you
you
said,
also
I
have a
think you
hammer.
said you were going to go to the dock worker.
Yes, I am.
All right. So, you head down to the docks. At this point, at the end of the week, it's a bit more emptier. The vessels that were carrying the Lord's Guard down south have departed. So now you can see just a few small trading ships in. The dock's still busy. There's a lot of cargo being moved about and goods and such being moved. Make an investigation check.
Okay, because I was thinking, we feel like we found these names. We found anything else about them? Like, am I just looking for like a dwarf that's old as fuck in the docks?
You want to try saying it again without eating your mic?
Shit, sorry. I said like, I'm guessing like in our investigations we found other things apart from just their name.
So you found that you found certain bits about it. As I said, Lois is a regular just a carrier dock worker. Carries the cargo to and from. Morslab Blade is apparently a retired Lord's Guard soldier. And Tilla Yellowsmith, you found out, is the potion seller at the Scurvy's Bane, which has been vacant for around this point, going by the full week, about 10 days.
Okay. Alright. And I got a 19 in my investigation.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Oh yeah, because you got your +1 as well, because of the
Hells
stone.
yeah.
Okay. You do some asking around. There's a few people there just kind of like give you weird looks. Probably because they're on one side of the dock and it might be that Lotus on the other. Eventually you find the Dock Master and you ask about the Dock Master. It's a human, like short brown hair and everything. He's like, yeah, I know, Lewis. What you want over?
Basically, I'm sure you've been listening out and you've heard about all the resurgence of burnings in town.
Resurgence? What the hell are you on about, man? These burnings have been happening for years.
And you can sort of like see, like, when I hear the fact that the burnings, this isn't a new thing, the burnings are going for years, I'm going, like, you see like a flash of like, oh shit, really? But then like the facade sort of goes back. Like,
You're all right, lad. You had a look at panic there.
No,
Well, you like new here or something?
I'm not just coming from Platinum Hold, and not really a local, to be honest. I'm just trying to we had some suspicious goings on back at Platinum Hold, and we thought it might have something to do with the burnings down here, and we thought, and from what I could do from my diggings down here, it seems that Lois was around back in the days when it first started.
Yeah, she's had a tough time during the worst of the burnings.
So I'm just looking to have a couple of words with her and maybe, hopefully, find what kind of sick fuck has been cooking people alive all these years.
Don't know if you'll get much out of her, but kind of like points towards the furthest dock. Look for so as you can imagine, she's a dwarf, but she's got a birthmark just on the side of her mouth, kind of in the shape of a triangle, long blonde hair.
All right, so.
It's a pretty obvious birthmark. You can see it from a pretty big distance. It's not like it's.
I'm just putting this in the notes. Sorry.
All right.
Birthmark in shape of triangle. On the jaw, did you say?
Yeah, just like on the side of the mouth. Like it's apparently a rather large one. Like you can see it from pretty big distance away. It's not like a small beauty mark kind of deal.
Right. Thanks very much. And I go into the van and just put a gold down on the table. Go, here you go for your trouble.
Word of warning, lad. You upset her. you're gonna be thrown out of this dock. She's a good woman, she is.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything serious. I'm not going to fucking interrogate her. I'm not going to beat the shit out of us until she gives us answers or anything like that.
You
Just wanna
even
have a couple of
try
words
to
and see
do
what
that, lad. I don't care you got that axe on here. I'll get every single dock worker here to beat you to shit.
Okay, yeah, he's scared.
You get the
And-
feeling that this is not one of those dock workers that, like, doesn't give a shit about his employees. It's just like a father to his men kind of deal.
Yeah. Don't worry,
Was this the dock master get punched?
promise that. She will not. I will not touch her hair on her head. You have nothing to worry about. And I sort of say, thanks very much, and I just turn around and head for the door.
Alright, yeah, you head towards where the docks are. You can see the dock is a bit more quieter. You can only see there's about 7 or 8 people. I would say make a perception check, but this is actually very easy because she is the only dwarf that is here. You can see she's rather thin, actually, probably due to her age. She looks like older than you, basically.
Oh, bloody hell.
But you can see she's still like lugging like sacks of grain down the, down the causeway and everything. You do recognize the beauty mark and such, the birthmark on her jaw and everything, and the blonde hair.
Is there like a supervisor or someone who's like keeping an eye on the dock workers or anything?
Nope.
So it's just her going about her business.
Well, there's other people around, obviously.
Okay, because I'm just trying to think how to go about this. Tell you what, I think for the time being, I'll stay my distance and wait until she, stops for a break or a sit down or something.
All right. So, you wait for about an hour before eventually she and one of the dock workers have like finished hauling a large crate. They place it down. She kind of like sort of takes a minute just to like start catching her breath. You can see, like, even with her age, it's like she's old, so carrying all the stuff is having an effect. And she's just just lean against the crate for a bit. You see one of the humans just like give her a gentle pat on the shoulder, and she just nods. And as he walks away, she just kind of like puts her back to the crate and just sits down and just appears to be taking a bit of time to recuperate.
Okay, I walk up to where she's sitting and just, with my water skin in the hand, and just go, yeah, have a drink, lass.
Thank you.
Just takes the water skin, just undoes it, and just begins to chug it. Just puts the water skin and just hands it back.
Name's Throthnal. What's yours?
Name's Lois.
No. I've heard that you're one of the older dwarves here in Grothfield.
Aye, that I am. Been working here all my life.
And at your age, that's damn commendable. You've got the strength of an ox, even at your age. God, you must have some gods on your side to be able to still work here at your age.
I think they're starting to decide that I'm needed elsewhere, given...
Just kind of indicates to her, drenched in sweat and just kind of like still panting and trying to catch her breath.
Hey. It's surprising, like, have you not got any kids or any family or anything that can take care of you, so you don't have to work yourself to death down here?
I don't work myself to death because I need to. I do it because I want to.
There must be more to life than just lugging boxes up and down a pier for you until you pass out.
I mean, probably is, but I've always been happy doing this, and the lads here all like me, so don't see a reason to keep doing what I like doing.
Fair enough. Right, you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you. I'm here on a. Don't worry. It's nothing scary. I'm here on a business from the king of Platinum Hold, and well, I've heard that you were around here when the Baroness first started happening.
You watch as her face instantly go pale, and her eyes just widen. Who told you?
Do you want to know who told her? Who told me about her?
It was just hearsay and rumors.
It was no one in particular. It was just from what I heard that you were one of the very few still around from back in those days.
Enough. I don't want to talk about it. It's a dark time, and I try to forget as much as I can.
It's okay. I'm sorry for bringing back bringing back bad memories.
Just stop. I don't know what it is you're after, Trufnar, but I would prefer to keep that part of my past hidden as far back as I can.
And you see Trufnar sort of take a break, just like take a breath and go, okay. Here for your troubles. And I go into her bag and I pull out 5 gold pieces and try to give it to her.
She, as you kind of hand it, she kind of begins to push herself away from you.
No, it's fine.
Just
go. Okay. And I think, and just seeing this, I just sort of go, okay, I'm sorry, and I just walk off.
Okay.
I just walk away.
All right, so you walk away. As you go a little bit further away, you see leaning against one of the crates, the Dockmaster. You can see he's just looking at you very, he's giving you an ice glare at this point.
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
What is it that you asked her about?
Look, I'm here to try to bring those who are fucking burning people like her to justice. I knew that she was one of the older brothers here, so I thought she might remember or know some details from back that I could use.
He raises his hand to stop you. Look, Ed. I know you dwarves like to keep a secret, so I'm gonna tell you. Reason she don't talk about it? The bastards took her husband. All those years ago. She's been living in fear ever since then. Now, happily look the other way for what you did to her there, because you didn't know better. But let's make one thing clear, dwarf. You leave her alone, right?
Aye. You won't see me around here again.
I'm not barring you, mate. If you're going to be looking for him, you're going to need access, so you're still allowed in the dark, just try to avoid being near her.
And I've still got in my hands, clenching a fist, the 5 gold I was going to give her and say, here, add this to her week's pay, okay?
Count on it.
I didn't actually get your name, mate. What is it?
Vosra.
Vosra. Grosvenor. Puts out a hand. Pleased to meet you.
kind of looks at it for a few seconds before he just slowly just reaches forward and just gives it it's a weak handshake. Like, he's clearly just not enthusiastic about it, but he's just doing it out of manners.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. I'm kind of doing it the same thing as well. Because I was raised well. Especially if someone I've, like, insulted their family, I'm like, I should probably... Yeah. Okay.
If you want to know more about the burnings, you're best off asking someone more involved with it. She was just a victim of it.
I know it was a dumb mistake, I suppose, on my part, you know. I'm kind of new to all this investigating, you know, police work, so...
Maybe ask the Lord's Guard for some tips, then.
In my experience, the Lord's Guards keep to themselves. They're not very fond of drunk, dishevelled dwarves, and I sort of gesture to myself, you know, drunk, dishevelled dwarves, you know, looking for a bit of independent justice, you know.
You must be looking in the wrong cities, then, friend.
Well, no one very kind to me in Exeter, let's just say that.
Yeah, Exeter are a bit of a... I'd say a bit of a soft lot.
Yes, I mean, something about the sea air seems to harden the skin around here, doesn't it?
A lot of people lose their lives out at sea. Hell, the Soul River ain't even the sea, but I can guarantee you there's a lot of bodies down there.
Yeah, don't doubt that, friend. I'm just trying to stop that from being a few more, okay?
He kind of just thinks,
look, lad, I don't know much about these burnings, but I know someone, friend of mine, friend of Lois's as well, who would know something about it. And if you don't want to go to those Lord's Guard, well, you get half your wish.
kind of like points over towards near where the palace is.
Ask around there for Sir Moore. It's an old Lord's Guard involved in the burnings. I've had a few beers with him. He's talked about it a bit.
The dockyard foreman. What was the foreman's name again? Sorry, I'm just getting these for the notes.
Because I didn't write the name down myself. I think it was
Sorry.
This is what happened. I think it was Vorlith. I know
Vorlith.
I know it began with a Vor, but that's it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hello. Some more. Right. I'll see if I can find anything about him. And
now you have already heard the word before. That was one of the three old dwarfs.
Was it?
Yeah, the second one was More Slabblade.
Oh, yes, it was.
Who you found out was a retired Lord's Guard soldier.
It was indeed. No. Nice. I think it goes. Right. Some more. Okay. Might have to go with a lighter touch, maybe. Maybe grab a bottle of ale or something.
You'd probably like that.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, friend, and I'm sure Loas will never want to hear my name again, but just tell her I'm sorry, okay?
I'll do that.
Thanks very much. Have a great rest of your day, friend. And I just sort of leave, and I just walk straight out of the docks.
Okay. So, do you all reconvene, or do you continue to do other stuff? Just to check with everyone.
I think because this is close, I should just stop and have a drink at the Rusty Winch and just sort of catch my breath and like bathe in the self-loathing a little bit and have a pint, and then after like one or two, just head back to the highway score.
Okay. So as you're doing that, because I wasn't able to describe the Rusted Winch because it's. Recaps take up a lot of time. But the Rusted Winch, it is how you remember it. It is let me just get the description for it here. It's stone slabs. It's basically mostly stone slabs, but you can see like the occasional like bit of timber in the middle of it. You can see that there's a crane, which when you were here the first time, it was actually used to load stuff onto the docks. However, the docks have gotten a lot bigger in those years, and as such, the crane can't reach where the docks extend to. So now it's just there on top of the building, rusting away.
Fair enough. What was the name of the pub as I knew it, by the way? What was the old name?
It was. Let me get my notes here.
Sorry. I'm asking you a lot of questions. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's fine. It's my own fault for not keeping all the notes for everything. I think it was just called the Winch.
Okay. Oh, I can go back in the. I think we got it in here.
Yeah, you might have it in. You might have it somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's. Hold on. The rust. Oh no. Okay, hold on. The rusted winch.
That's what it used to be. Yeah.
Highway squall.
Supply winch.
Oh, the supply winch. Yeah, that was
the supply winch. That was it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I knew. I was missing one word there. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew there was a place like that.
Yeah. But as you like drinking and such, the barkeep, which is a furbolg, who you can see he's got like a shiny red nose, bluish hair and such.
Can you call him Rudolph?
I mean, that's not his name, but
It's
when
Ludolf.
I see the barkeep, I do like a big like double take of like, oh my shit, holy shit, a farbog.
Yeah. So as you're drinking it, as you just kind of like, the usual, just suppress like, oh, I'm holding my drink and such. As the barkeep brings over, I assume you're getting dwarven mead because it still serves dwarven mead.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. So as he brings it on, he says, "Oh, you're looking pretty down there, buddy. What's the matter with you?"
Long day, you know.
Yeah, we got a lot of people coming here, just wanting to drink away their woes. Here you go.
Yeah.
And after he just places the entire, but like he's came and just poured it, he just leaves a bottle for you.
Yeah, to be honest, like I haven't even like looked up from the bar in my pint. I'm just sort of like, long day. Well, like I'm just giving such like leave me alone energies.
Yeah. He just realizes it and he just leaves a bottle for you.
Oh.
You bullied the moo.
What can I say? He's an introvert, okay? He's a ball of self-loathing and cat hair, okay?
Where did he get the cat hair from?
I don't know. Better to ask.
He went to that cat cafe when we weren't looking.
Ah, yes. Does the cat cafe include maid outfits? Are we going there?
No, we are not going that far.
It's like I'm putting my foot down.
Okay,
No,
what have I missed?
I already made a mistake of it being a tabaxi looking after the cafe. That's as far as I'm going.
Yeah.
It's just so cute.
Wait, what did I miss?
I think the tea cat is a treehouse.
Chalknar went and talked
Oh,
to
do
the
they have like little paw-shaped plates that
dock
have
worker
toe beans on them?
who was an old lady.
No, I know that part, but after that,
That's all that's happened. I don't know when you left. So you went and
Sorry,
got a
Tom.
drink at a bar and talked to the furball.
Yeah, basically, I had a really guilty chat with the foreman. I basically said I'm sorry. He pointed me towards the old retired Lord's Guard, and basically I said again, tell Loas I'm sorry. And the five gold I was going to give her as a gift, I said add that to her salary at the end of the week. And now I'm currently drinking away my sorrows in the Rusted Winch.
I see.
And just trying to figure out. I mean, so many like internal conflicts going on right now for me.
What about everyone else?
I think we're all essentially going back again, I guess.
I was at least just waiting for everybody to get back together, and then we could have a little bit of a chit chat and figure out where we stand.
I would
and
assume,
what
for the
to do.
sake of it, and given how long like all your exploration such has probably been, it's probably coming up to night anyway. So I would say, yeah, you guys reconvene at the Highway Squall.
Yay.
Yeah, and I think a time. So I think you all meet up, and then like about an hour or so later, I sort of stumble through the door, the highway squall, not really with it, and sort of with like bloodshot eyes.
Everything all right, Trotnar? You look worse than usual.
Oh,
And I just flash him just a glare of "leave me alone" as I march straight up into my room.
Oh. I hope he's
Yeah,
all
but-
right.
really bad news. Didn't you say he was going down to the docks?
Yes,
I've done that already. Oh,
He's
sorry.
already-
Yes.
Yes, I'm saying
I think that was in
don't-
character. I think that was Floriana like, hey, what was he doing? But yeah, he did say that. Did he...
Probably something bad happened there. He didn't look beat up, so...
Does anybody want to go up and talk to him? And, like, look to everybody else?
I suppose I can do so.
I don't know. I at least know when I'm upset. I don't like people to bother me.
You don't... I'm just not going to talk, actually. Never mind.
I'd rather... I think he'd rather be left alone.
We are his friends. As much as he might not like it, we're here to help him.
So we're just gonna, like, bear hug him in his room, then?
Well, I don't think we should overwhelm him too much, but if you wanted to go talk to him, Delson, we could just leave him, I suppose.
While they're all
But we
talking, I'm gonna
sort
go
of-
up to the bar, buy Trothnar the most expensive, nice meal I can, and send it up to his room for him.
All right. This bar only deals with grog and ales, so
Just
Good enough.
Whatever's best.
send him the most expensive bottle of alcohol, then.
okay, that would be the ales. So a flagon of ale will cost you 4 copper.
What can I get for 2 silver?
5 flagons of ale.
Jesus Christ!
You're already...
We're just shipping this up to
Like,
Trothnar.
he shows up wasted and is like, I don't want to talk, and then goes up to his like, let's give him more beer. That'll help.
Alcohol.
It's Trothnar. That's what she knows to give him.
Yeah, it's like panic trying to help your friend.
Crap, all I did was give him a bunch of more beer. That's...
I am a Slavio.
yeah.
Alright, so I just pass along 1 silver to buy the single drink and take back change.
Okay, you get 6 copper back.
Thank you. Because 2 silver was the lowest amount of money that I had in my coin purse.
I would love if basically you guys were like, well, I mean, he drinks lots anyway, and it doesn't have food. I know, let's hire a prostitute.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll also say as well, Delson, because of the training that you've been doing, and because the last time you rolled good, you now know how to make the ammo.
Yay.
It has a monetary cost to it. I need to double check what the cost would be for a musket, but I'm sure I can find it. Yeah, continue talking. I'll
Wait,
Say,
so
Hmm?
I'm thinking. So, what's the plan with this mug of the finest ale in the shop that someone's bringing me?
so
I guess
you
Delson is gonna come up and give it to you and talk to you.
Yep.
I was okay. Sure.
He goes upstairs and finds that I've locked the door.
He's a bard. I'm sure he can pick the lock.
Oh God, this was something about now. I didn't notice.
What is he gonna do,
There we go.
seduce the
Jesus,
door
what is
open?
going on over here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, open legs, open doors. It's the same thing.
Oh my.
He can't even do the first part!
Oh my.
I persuade the door open.
just on the off chance it was a mimic this whole time.
Shit, that's not what I meant to do.
Delson just
Like,
randomly
this
takes his
will help.
potion and chugs it. No.
Yeah, because you're also throwing drink for some reason too. Like-
Okay, I found the amount. So it'll cost you 5 gold to make 20 musket shots.
Okay.
Wow.
And obviously you'll need to buy the supplies to make them first and foremost.
So, Lilith, did you ever end up going into that closed potion shop?
No, I didn't actually. I was hoping to assist.
Okay.
I get fortune.
So
assist
that
with
was
that, but
how
I'm not
much
sure.
for one shot? Or for the shots?
To make 20 shots for the musket, it'll cost you 5 gold, and obviously you need to make the ammo as well.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking considering we found out that the previous owner was one of the dwarfs during that time. Well, it is my reasons. I'm a little suspicious of the wizard, but of that, I visited Merle before as well.
Could investigate around there.
I've had a little bit. I tried the scrying orb that I got. It's protected, which I make. We can go in there, but at least we could try checking out potion first. We want yet. Fortune.
I'm sorry, what was that? Fortune got lost staring at Nemesis.
Or if you like, we could go and peer a little closer to that shop that was abandoned, the Scurvy's Bane, that we know perhaps somebody who was part of these burnings was around then. For all we know, they were burned and their death was covered up.
Yeah, we can go look.
Ziggett just said that he had to flee from, I think it was death, basically, but...
And that sounds a whole lot better than saying that he was burned alive.
Very much.
But,
and
apart from that,
really. But
these bilges that we've heard of are a big gang. Quite nasty. So, talking to them might be dangerous. If we wanted to do that.
Well, I did have an idea earlier. Nemesis wasn't so keen on it, but you know, could be worth a shot.
What, you going to talk to them?
Close enough. Getting one of us to become their new recruit.
I thought perhaps we could attempt to sell them this, yeah, I keep forgetting. I knew how to this Celestine core that I have that they would almost certainly be interested in at the very least. But that again could be dangerous. Getting involved with them at all seems like it would be very dangerous.
Even be that interested in, kind of like do with it, like
It's rare.
It's worth a lot of money.
It's worth quite a bit. I don't see why they wouldn't be interested in it. And if not,
the logic of like just because something's rare and like pricey doesn't mean like, well, I don't buy it. I don't have use.
That's sort of their whole thing, Floriana. They buy things and sell them to others.
Well, yeah, but you have to keep in mind that. Well, we can always try.
If they don't have a use for it, they would know somebody who does. But I'm sort of interested in what Trothnor had found out today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sort of concerned with him right now.
Well, there's
More
two
grumpy
main
than
options.
usual.
Yeah. Well, if you went down on the docks and met someone from that time, there are two main options. You didn't beat the crap out of him, so I'm more thinking you probably got really sad. So you might have met someone had he either accidentally hurt. Probably someone that was affected but not useful. But I think it'd be happier if he found like if he found like, oh, I found one of the criminals. I found them, beat the crap out of me, told me something useful. Oh, hooray! That.
I'm not sure we know.
We all have bracelets. Has anyone thought of just speaking into theirs and seeing if Trothnor will respond?
I don't know. Delson, you gonna do that?
Yeah, if Delson's gone,
I'll do that.
Sure. If you want to just, yeah, because you're like outside the door with like a tray of beers, and you're like, it's locked. So you just try to like speak to him through the
the bracelet through the door.
I forget we have him too.
Yeah, I totally
Hello.
forgot.
Hey there. Hey, Trotnar. We brought you up some drinks.
New phone, who dis?
I'm speaking through the bracelet.
Yeah, so Trufner, you do hear the bracelet kind of like, because it's essentially like the message spell being cast, but it's linked to the bracelets and whoever you decide it to be linked to on there.
Can't tell if Ed's just not there. Or he's being dramatic and not responding.
Yeah. Me either.
Sounds like he's not there.
Yeah, sounds like he's not there.
Yeah, it does.
Ed is on. We'll be right up there. There's the sound of his door closing, I think.
There you are.
Is there a dwarf in the house?
Hello?
Now there is.
Hello.
You were so in character that you weren't responding when we were trying to talk to you through the bracelet. You're just, I'm grumpy pants.
Funnily, okay, so wait, so what have I missed? So I literally, I always use the, I chose a really bad time to go to the toilet. So what's going on?
We were discussing about why you were in a bad mood, and I just said it's...
Delson was trying to talk to you through the door.
With the bracelet.
I bring alcohol.
So yeah, you try to contact me on the bracelet and you get no response.
Yep.
Okay, so you were in character when you weren't here to be in character.
Correct, I'm that good an actor.
Still nothing, guys.
Oh, and can you do me a massive favor, Delson? Can you roll investigation for me?
I will allow it.
Come on, world's greatest detective.
Nat 20.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that roll, you you can hear from inside the room, sort of like a faint whisper, like faint whispers, but like at like an even tone and almost sounding like chanting. And if you look down and see under the crack of the door, you see almost like a light being turned on and off. You just see light, darkness, come from under the door.
That's not good at all. Guys, I think Trotnar's going a bit crazy.
Check on him real quick then.
You know.
I'll head up.
And yeah, because you rolled so high, you heard him sort of whispering. You heard him whispering inside the room.
Yeah.
I'll go to the bar and just ask. Actually, yeah, I'll just ask. Our friend doesn't seem to be doing too good, and he's locked himself in his room. Do you happen to have another key?
You're with the, who's your friend?
The dwarf.
That the one that came over. Alright.
Yes.
Well, I think you might swim.
Balam, your mic is being dumb.
Really? Or,
Yeah. Punch it in the face.
What? You just said punch him in the face.
Yeah, punch the mic in the face. That'll work.
Fair.
Can you go kick his door down, Seth? Make a strength check.
Oh God, I was trying to get ahead of that.
This is at the same time. He does give you a spare key.
Yeah, he does,
18.
exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I just saw my friend go upstairs, so I'm not sure we need this. There we go. I'll just give this back to you. I'm sorry.
I'm guessing literally as the barman puts the key in his hand, you hear as the door gets kicked down.
Yeah, you just
Never mind then.
We'll pay for that, don't worry.
You just watch the bar. You see like his eyes kind of like just glaze over. He's like, you get the feeling this isn't the first time this has happened.
Yeah, I was.
Fortune
trying to
pipes
get
up
ahead
from
of
the
that.
table. I'll pay for that.
Yes, we will.
Just
So
go.
I kicks the door in.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, so the rest of you like watches right just like walked up the stairs. She just kind of like she essentially donkey kicks the door down.
Yeah, she just donkey
Wait,
kicks
she
it
figured out how to master stairs?
Boom! Hey,
not
she can walk. Horses can walk upstairs.
Horses can walk upstairs, no problem.
Especially really
dexterous
But can they get down them?
horses.
Yeah.
Just stands there up.
Darn, I was gonna try
Anyway.
talking to him first.
Just, yeah, unfortunately,
Well,
like
you
I
already
just
tried
walked
talking.
up and just smashed the door.
Yeah.
down.
So what sort of dark ritual is Trotnar doing in there? 'Cause
so-
it seems like
okay,
he's dancing around
so
the fires. And shit.
So what Raya sees when she kicks down the door is immediately she sees the room, just like the bed's been tipped over, everything's in disarray. But then sat in the far corner of the room, hunched over, looking far more disheveled than usual. Trothanar is essentially holding a dwarf dark iron warhammer in front of him and whispering the two same words in Dwarvish over and over again as the head of the hammer just bursts into flames and extinguishes, then bursts into flames and extinguishes.
Troth, what in the hell are you doing? We've been worried about you downstairs. Get your whiny ass up.
He doesn't even know you're still there.
I'll
Kim,
What?
Kim.
I'll go in and what the fuck is going on here?
I'll start talking in Dwarvish and just greet Trotnar. You okay?
Still nothing. But you can see just in his you can see just like a steely expression, but you can just see almost like a tear like tears start to well up in his eyes.
You can make an attack roll if you want, Sev. That misses.
Wow.
Like, you hit, but there's no reaction.
I mean, you can attack like 4 times a round, though.
Yeah, so this is not like an actual like combat
I know.
thing.
Still, and then suddenly, I say the one dwarven word that makes the hammer alight, and then I just say, just louder than a whisper, I just say, "You all need to leave."
I think by this point, Valeth like gets up into the doorway and hears that. Why
Trotnar,
is that? Why is that, Trotnar?
There is nothing. There's no benefit to any of you to know a soul as damned as mine.
I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna just walk over to Trotnar and can I punch him?
Make an attack roll.
I don't think any of us think that's true, Trotnar.
Oh! So that is 2 plus
Fucking
your
Christ.
strength modifier. So you watch as Dels just walks up, and it's because the fact that you're so like crouched down and such. It isn't so much he punches you; he kicks you square in the face, and you actually like it doesn't break it, but you do feel like your nose like begins to well up with blood, and it starts to sort of like trickle down a bit. It for a half elf that that only casts spells, that fucking hurts.
For like a bit of a Twinkie
Snap
boy,
out
he's,
of it.
like, does a good
Snap
job.
out
That's
of it
such a
already,
good moment.
Trotnar. This is not you. We've been around you, and we know that you've made mistakes in the past. But are you the one that just curls up and cries over it? No, you aren't. You're the one who gets up, and no matter what, you keep going on to try to redeem yourself. You keep trying to make up for every mistake. And that is something that's truly honored. Well, that is something that many people don't do. That is something that I respect, and I know all of us respect, Trotnar. You are not anything bad. You just made bad decisions when you were younger, like many of us have. And now you're looking to try and fix them. And we're here to help you. Let us, though.
Tell me, half-elf, why are we here?
All of us are here because we all are looking for something. We all have our own reasons to be here. Whether it be redemption, search, it doesn't matter. All I know is that we are here now, and we're sticking through it with each other until the end.
You may think that. But if we're here to bring those who have wronged the gods, have murdered without repeat, to justice, then I suppose it's the same with me. I have done just as many bad things, and my crimes are just as grievous as those we are bringing to justice here. I don't deserve anything from any of you. All I deserve is to be engulfed in the flames and hope Morian treats me with some kind of mercy. And now you can see properly, he's like, the tears are properly like rolling down his face at this point.
Trothnar, have you ever considered why you haven't been killed yet? Why you're still around here? To me, it ain't coincidence that you're still here. It isn't coincidence that you're out doing this. No. This, by my beliefs, is your penance. This is what your god Morian wants you to do. What he wants you to redeem yourself on this planet. He doesn't want you to go out in shame. That's why you're here. That's why you have all this. You have been gifted a chance at redemption, something that not many people are given. Now comes a choice. Are you going to continue to take it and follow down the path of redemption? Are you going to give up? Give up and lie in disgrace?
What is that scraping noise?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with your mic, Dome, but
Sorry.
like, a whole bunch of stuff's going on.
Sorry, I was wiping down my computer.
I'm liking to think that it's the screams of the people below.
The screams of the damned. Yeah, no, that's funny.
Well, yeah, it's like well, I was more saying like it was the people like hearing that the fact that like the door being kicked in, like this like dwarf having a mental breakdown. People are like, yeah, we're leaving. But blood doesn't wash away blood, Dilson.
That may be so.
I am just
However,
as guilty as those who apparently can no longer be allowed to suffer on the earth. You speak of redemption, and you speak of the gods, and I think the gods keeping me here. Aye, they kept me here to bring my brethren to task by those who brought them here. But it is surely my rightful place to stand with them.
But your job's not done yet, Trothnar. I think that's what Delson's trying to say. So you might be just as guilty, like you say, but you have a place in this. Have you ever heard the term, you fight fire with fire? It's like that, I think.
Aye.
We all have our past. Right now, you're actually taking the efforts to face your past and try to fix mistakes that you've done.
None of that's going to happen if you just run away again and cry about it. Oh,
How can Raya
there
hug him? He's so low to the ground.
But she can like kneel down,
She can kneel down.
Yeah.
She's got knees.
which is like I think that in this moment this is like really that's like we're used to like Raya beating the shit out of everything that moves. Then she kneels down and hugs you.
Or picks them up and hugs them.
Yeah, okay. And as so Raya kneels down to hug me, and as she sort of like has me in her embrace, I very, very tearfully say a dwarven word, and the light extinguishes from the hammer.
You watch as the flames go from the hammer, and then you just hear a ding ding as Drothmar just drops it.
Yeah. I don't know what the gods have planned. I don't know what they have, why they have brought all of you into my life, but it would be a damn shame if my story ends here. Okay.
I think we can all agree on that.
And Drothmar sort of just gets sort of very sort of like gets to his feet, sort of like trying to like, but very shakily gets to his feet and just goes. I'm sorry for ruining your evening.
It's fine, man. As long as you're all right.
And when he says that, I sort of look at Delson and just give him like a nod. Aye. And then I sort of vaguely gesture to my nose and go, "Good hit, by the way."
Yeah, it's bleeding pretty bad.
Practicing.
Like his nose is red now. You can just see there's still blood coming like freely.
And I do the classic thing of when someone break the nose. They sort of like bend it one way or the other, and it goes.
It's not a break. It's not a break. It's just
I thought it was broken.
You got hit. No, you got hit hard enough to cause it to bleed, but it's not a break.
Oh, I thought he busted it. Okay.
No.
Got a sturdy dwarven nose.
Yeah, true. It's broad as fuck.
Yeah. Plus, even though it was a natural 20, Delson still doesn't have a high strength score.
He's a wimp. Yeah.
He's not very strong. So it's like again, it's one of those where you just hit your nose and it starts bleeding, but it's not actually an actual break.
Yeah.
How am I the twink? I'm very much not a twink, thank you. Okay,
Now, why don't we go downstairs
and so I just go,
I'm not a twink, I'm a twunk.
correct. and so I sort of, and so like sort of snapping at my stupor, I sort of realise that how my nose really fucking hurts and sort of like go, until I feel it, and then I like at my hat, my two fingers that I'm sort of feeling my nose with, and I just look down and I see like covered in blood, go, fucking hell, mate. And I just do like a look and just a nod of approval, like he's got potential kind of thing. Go.
Tip my hat to him.
Aye.
At this point, the barkeep does lean over, just like looks at the damage.
Comes into the room.
Yeah, he just like looks at it, and because like he's obviously heard the conversation, he sees it's wrapped up. He's just like,
I'll give you a bill for the door. Your ale's still here, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go downstairs and you can nurse that
go,
while we talk about this whole situation.
And I just go.
Also, you gotta, you're bleeding on your nose, mate.
Oh, I don't worry. I won't bleed on anything. Don't worry.
Wash basin's just down the corridor. Just wash that.
And let's go. Like, wait. Who the hell bought me ale?
it was points to Delson.
This one.
That was fortunate bought it. Delson brought it.
I brought it. Fortune bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it just points to the two of them. It's like,
Yeah.
she bought it, he brought it.
Mhm.
And then he just leaves.
Random thing because
And I just and so I just go up, grab the ale, which I'm guessing was left on the floor outside my room.
Yep.
Down it in one, and just say, and just go. Thank you
Mhm.
for everything.
Mhm.
You've done the same for us, man.
And it does a lot randomly. I shall come up to Troknar and give him an iris flower. Let's give random flower gift.
I don't know what they look like, so.
I know.
Iris flower. Little like purpley blue flower, with, like 3 little
Purple.
leaves coming off of it.
Oh, okay. The only purple flower I know is
That
lavender.
was pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Pretty.
And then I saw this. She gave it to me, and I was go. What the hell is this?
An iris flower.
Why have you given me a flower?
It is a flower of friendship involving challenge. And weathered through it. And we'll weather through all these adventures together.
Thank you for the honor. And I sort of like I get the stem and sort of like tie it into my beard.
And
I think the last time I gave a flower
sit
gift.
until it goes and starts to rot.
Oh yeah! Instantly, just all the petals just wilt.
Yeah, you watch as the beard glows, and you watch the flower just gets consumed.
Consumes
You
it.
can
the
swear
beard
you
is
saw
its
some
own
movement
entity.
in there and a pair of eyes.
No, it does. You know, he just ties it into his beard.
That's
It
great.
reminds me, I think the last time I gave a flower gift, I gave it to Dels. It means like, basically rejection.
And it went clear over his head. It's more the message went clear over his head. I remember.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I gave him a
and,
5.
I was like-
Rejected love. It's like
because I get the sense that like giving flowers isn't really a dwarf thing.
It's not. Like
Yeah.
some dwarves do it, but it's
You
also-
people rock.
Those soft namby-pamby hill dwarves. We don't care about them.
more often than not, they usually the dwarves, at least the more older traditions, it was they just gave them a gift of something that the dwarf themselves had crafted.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
and let's
This is
go.
pretty- and I got a flower. I got a staff to just create a flower whatever I want. It's like,
Well, up to a certain point, and then if you use all of it, you risk it being destroyed.
what, like recharges like it's like.
Yeah, it does.
I use
It
like,
does.
I
yeah.
use it like once a week. I like use it once a month at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. You use it a bunch of times in a day, and you roll a 1, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that is artists in this group. That's another art request, by the way. I want a teary-eyed Trothnell with a flower tied in his beard.
Crying.
Hey man, I've got my own. I'm learning my own shit to draw at the moment. I ain't drawing shit until I get better with that. Although I will have to redraw Raya's portrait now that she's had her hair cut.
Turns out the teardrop tattoo I put on Trotnar in the art on the front was actually a premonition.
Correct. Yeah.
The sign of things to come.
Absolutely providence. Yeah.
I mean, I'm working on a ref sheet and a really fat unicorn right now, so give me a few days.
Somebody like heads downstairs and
Yeah.
Volith like tries to put the door back in its hole.
Well, it didn't get like not clean off the hinges. Like one of its hinges got absolutely just fucked, and there's now 2 very big hoof shaped like dents. It's a sturdy door, so.
Oh really?
And
I
the
was
lock's
imagining
busted?
considering it was a centaur monk kick. I was imagining it like
The lock took the brunt of it.
Yeah, it's just like if you battering ram something open, it just sort of like
Yeah,
sometimes
the
some
lock,
of the hinges
the
break,
lock,
but the door doesn't go flying off. In a
yeah,
straight
it's
line.
more common for the lock to break because it hinges, you know, how it works with like the transfer of forces and such. Unless you're hitting a door that opens the other way, like if it
It's like
opens
part of the
inwards.
wall and the hinge kind of get destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you try and hammer a door that opens inwards and you hit outwards, then it can be completely knocked off. But if it's the other way around, oftentimes it's the lock will break and then the rest of the door will just swing on the hinge. But what remains of the force will knock out maybe one hinge. Doors are tough, man.
I just imagine cool being on the floor.
Yeah. Well, the lock is completely fucked at this point. It's like the door's got to be replaced because there's now a hole where the door handle and the lock should be.
Exactly. It's deeply fucked. Alright, so...
Just imagining downstairs, Nemesis and Gratian are just like playing paper football. There's like,
Yeah, totally.
or Gratian is teaching Nemesis how to play paper football.
A game of footer, you say? Yeah.
Nemesis, and then as soon as Nemesis gets the rules, she just gets super competitive and is like, "I will destroy you." And Gratian's like, "This
That
is
sounds
game."
like Nem, yeah.
Alright, so for the sake of brevity, you guys drink a few more hours downstairs until eventually you go back up. Trofnar, you get given a different room because the door to your room is fucked.
Do we want to
And
talk about the stuff
and
that
don't
we
forget-
wanted to do tonight or in the morning?
And don't
I
forget,
thought
the room itself is trashed as well.
I actually thought that me, Philip, and Fortune might actually go do the Scurvy's Bane thing
Well,
tonight.
if that's what you guys want to do tonight, then you can do that tonight.
I'm fine
Well,
with that.
let's discuss. Are we doing it tonight?
So maybe we should like talk amongst everybody just in the evening here.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, we'll continue on. Ignore my for sake of brevity thing.
Yeah, because I think Fortune like has two things she wants to do at night, and that's kind of one thing why.
So,
Mhm.
guessing no new law, you got things planned for tonight.
Well, we wanted to at least investigate the Scurvy's Bane.
Yeah,
Let's see
I've
if
been
it
thinking
is-
about that myself.
If it is empty, then we could investigate it and see what is going on inside. Otherwise, we would have to speak to some unscrupulous people. The Bilges seem to be a tough sort of gang here in town that are, if we do get involved with, things might go south.
You talk as in getting involved in organized crime is above our merry band, mate.
It's certainly something we are not unfamiliar with.
Although I do want to do the investigation to Scurvy's Bane first. I am suspicious of craft store owner Ziggett. Seems paranoid for some reason. Or
Yeah, he did.
Gimmini's
He may
kind of
have
weird.
been involved with that, but
Because he
He
actually did
seems-
tell me. He was the one who mentioned. He mentioned to me knowledge of the burnings as well. Although,
he just got his supplies from there. Yes.
yeah, it seems like
When the other, when Yellowsmith went missing or had disappeared due to debts, perhaps those debts were to the Bilges. You don't know, but there might be the remnants of some sort of information there. If I can get Fortune in, and if Fortune can unlock anything and look around, then that might be a good way of going about it.
Or,
I don't know if there was I'm sorry, Raya, but might be a little bit too loud for us. Though you could make a good watch, and if they did see you, you could certainly outrun anyone that decided to chase you.
he's
yeah, I mean, I suppose you are you would be
Back
quite a getaway vehicle.
back to my case. It's our mount.
That's
It's
true.
like okay, dash like 3 times in the same round at double speed.
Oh, yeah, no, monks can haul ass, and as a centaur, that is even more ass that she can haul.
And then hasted, it's like, oh, I'm moving like 3 times as much as I can do normally.
But I'm not sure if all of us should go, because that could be noticeable. A group of colorful individuals hanging
agree.
out outside of an abandoned building.
Continue talking among yourselves. My dogs are being stupid.
Sure.
Bork bork.
I can go change it to something.
But
How
if
does
you
that
think
sound,
you're leaving me
Fortune?
behind for this one, you got another thing coming, big man.
Hmm?
If you think you're leaving me behind for this one, you got another thing coming, big man.
I can only get one person inside, so if you'd like to go instead of Fortune,
Lad, you say that like, if it's one of the wilier ones like Fortune, all she needs to do is break in, unlock the door from the inside and let us all in.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I guess I could just bring her in and then she could unlock the door. I just
like to,
didn't want to leave much trace of our being there.
I'd like to take a look around to invest more of the potion stuff, see if there's anything unusual there.
Yeah, passing without trace, you say?
That's right. Well then, I guess. Okay, so
Point of
Me?
view, everyone but Nemesis.
everyone but our loud paladin.
I mean, we could bring her along.
Does she want to go?
I am not
Nah.
involving myself in criminal activities.
It's less criminal than breaking into an actual open shop.
I don't care. Someone has to bail you out if you get arrested, which you probably will.
That will be your case. Delson, how about you?
Wait, where?
We wanted to
Are
go
you
check
guys
out the.
breaking into a place?
We wanted
Yes,
to
we
check
are.
out the abandoned.
At this
Kirby
point,
Cave
if you wanted to
shop.
come, you could.
I would rather not get involved with
You and
breaking and entering.
okay,
you
you and
just-
Nemesis can be our bail us out if we need it, but I don't think we should.
You're just gonna.
Can't we just ask someone if we could be let in there?
Although,
That makes
That-
it less fun.
big man,
That's
you're
more
forgetting
suspicious
the
than
last
breaking
time we
in.
broke into somewhere, we did get followed back and hauled in front of the king.
If
That
we
something go too
if
well.
we ask and they say no, then we can't very well try, or they'll almost certainly catch us.
I'm sure this
Oh,
time we're not going to be.
I live by the. I don't know the turn of phrase, but ask forgiveness after already doing something wrong.
I know the meaning. I don't remember the phrase.
Oh, so more like swing first, ask questions later.
Sort
That is
of.
actually.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission. I think that's the way it goes. That works for me.
All right, so who's going
Yes.
to the Scurvy's
I
Bane?
think everybody but Delson and Nemesis,
Okay. All right.
which is quite a few people, but I think everybody else wants to go. And I can get Fortune in, and then if it's locked, she can unlock the door from the inside, which will be easier and less conspicuous than somebody on the outside of the building trying to like unlock things.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the six of you then head out into the night. There is no curfew going on at the moment, so you are
Great,
fine
that could
to
be
walk
useful.
about. Obviously, the streets are not crowded at this late at night. I would say it's about maybe 10 p.m. roughly. As you make your way to the Scurvy's Vein. So if Raya's going to be keeping watch, then Raya, go ahead and make a perception check. So you're keeping watch for... I assume you're keeping watch for any Lord's Guard that are coming nearby.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah, I think
Sure.
the rest of them, everybody, me and Fortune are going to be watching out while we open the door for them.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, if it's a bunch of you making perception checks, then I would say just make them all separately.
And then like once we get the door open, then we'll just open it and everybody can scoot in real fast.
Yeah. So those that aren't actually going to be like doing anything involving breaking in, go ahead and make your perception checks. So you go to the door, and the door is locked.
Yeah, well, we'll go along the because I was pretty sure we checked it before. We'll just like go along to an alley, and then maybe if there's a window or something,
Yep.
there's not, then I will then I'll just do it by feel, so to speak. But
there is windows. Yes, this
Okay,
is
yeah, so
this isn't a like this isn't the case
not
in The
boarded
Sims.
up or anything
Yeah, it's
like
not. It's not like in the case of like when you're playing The Sims, and you just
And
like,
there's
you
just
can't
no
be asked,
windows.
and you can't be asked putting windows in because you have to do it individually, and it's just really annoying. And also, it gets in the way of any of the wall-mounted stuff. So you're like, fuck it. Yeah, it's not like that. It's got windows.
Yeah, so I yes they are, Raya. Yeah, so I just hold on to fortune, like sort of with I think it'd be funny if I grab her by like the horn or something, but she'll hit me if I do that, so we'll just hold her by the arm. And then I'll dimension door inside.
All right. You
Wee.
find yourself inside the Scurvy's Bane. So with a perception check, yeah, so Raya, you are keeping watch. You don't see any Lord's Guard currently. So, Valve and Fortune, you are both inside the Scurvy's Bane.
Ooh.
Open the door for everybody else, and I'll start looking around.
Okay, I guess I go unlock the door for everybody else.
Okay, make a Thieves' Tools check because you have to pick the lock.
From the inside?
Yep, there's no key.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still locked. It's
Still-
just like
it's still
we
locked
can
door.
stand here and do that for like 20 minutes if we really wanted to, but
Yeah, see,
if we were
How-
outside, then it would be sort of
So
suspicious.
it's
it-
old day.
So it's a Dex plus your proficiency modifier.
Yeah, there is a button on the
there
character
should be-
sheet,
yeah, if you click on
for
the Thieves tool, it
proficiencies,
should
and then
let
it should
you.
query you, and then you can just choose dexterity.
Yeah. Yeah, if you click on your Thieves' Tools.
Otherwise, yeah, it's just D20 plus proficiency plus dexterity because you're a rogue.
Like, click on it.
While she's doing that one, Val, what are you
Sorry,
doing?
my mom interrupted
Oh.
with something. What do I have?
Oh, you
On your character sheet, there should under tools and proficiencies there should be thieves tools under there. If you click that, it should query you, and then it'll just select dexterity, and that'll ask everything. That'll add everything up and roll it for you.
11.
Yay!
Thankfully,
Only
it's not a complicated door lock. It does take you about 5 or 10 minutes, but eventually you fill it out with the lock and click it. Door opens.
All right, and I guess we all walk inside.
Yeah, message everybody.
Yep.
Like, do we have like risk communicators now?
Yep.
It's like we're actual thieves now.
It's like Vox Machina's earrings, except you didn't make them because Tiberius doesn't exist here.
I wonder if I'll ever get these earrings.
And yeah, your key and HP should be full.
Yeah, because it's been a full week, so you would have gotten everything.
Yeah, we're nice and healthy.
Yeah.
As everyone knows,
Yeah, so everybody like runs in and we close the door.
All right.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that you are still very visible to people looking in.
Yeah, nobody turn on any lights, but yeah. Actually, here.
Could cast darkness.
Then we
That
can't
wouldn't.
see.
That wouldn't. Yes, exactly.
Has everyone here got dark vision?
Like everyone but like me.
Everyone but Floriana in your.
I
Floriana.
don't.
Not really true.
Well,
Like I'm
and,
the
Va-
only
and
one.
Valve doesn't either.
And I don't think Raya does.
I thought Valve has dark vision because he's cool.
No, I can't see in the dark.
No, I think you're
And
thinking one of the
something
warlock things. That
There's
he's
one of the
not
invocations that lets you do that, but
He does not.
Maybe it's a different.
no, we all
Well-
ran in, Raya.
But is Raya still outside?
I assumed it. Or I guess is she just keeping watch? Because at this point I thought that we were only going to be able to get one person inside. But if she wants to just keep watch, then yeah. Then I guess she's outside. That's fine with me.
You want to be outside? We're not gonna drag you.
Yeah, so she's just keeping watch.
Okay.
If like message her on the bracelet. If you see anyone, just let us know before they get here.
Can I tell you to Valeth? Why do you keep talking into your wrist?
Because we all have magic bracelets.
We do.
Yes.
Or we taught you this already.
I like whisper into it. It's like that's how we spoke to you through the door, silly.
You spoke to me through the door. What the fuck you on about?
Yeah, you can cast Pass Without
I did.
Trace if you want. Gretchen.
Delson did. Back at the shop.
Wait,
Back at the
Oh,
back at the
fuck.
pub. While you
I
were
thought that was like a
having your little
friendship,
moment.
like a weird namby fucking pamby friendship bracelet. I didn't know it was anything special.
Paging Trothnar, can you hear us?
Where we told
No,
you.
he left his.
See, watch this, and I'll like put mine up against his and get some really shitty feedback loop going. It's like, that's what I heard.
No, I'm not wearing mine. It's in my bag back at the highway squall. I thought it. Trothman has no idea that it's like this magical bracelet.
Oh my god. I thought he was there when we got them.
Nope,
He
just give
was.
it to
He's
him.
just being a prick.
He was, but
yeah.
Trofnar, like
I'm thinking to get
Ed
some drunk
knows
beers.
what it is, but Trofnar does not.
That's silly role playing, because we
Oh, shit,
definitely
sorry.
talked about that.
But it's true.
Uh,
Playing.
Anyways, okay.
Okay, so what do you do?
What's in here? Is it like empty or what?
There are a few potions and potion vials. You're currently in the main area. You can head into the back area or upstairs. Whereabouts you heading?
I'll check out I'll just check out the potion, see what there's use.
They're healing potions. You see 3 regular healing potions.
Oh shit!
We should steal them.
I'm gonna go look around the back, anywhere that there was like private quarters, and see
Okay.
if I can find anything.
So you head
Yeah,
towards.
I go with him.
So you head towards
Okay.
where the private quarters are. You're basically into the living areas. The living room area is in disarray. You can see several tables and chairs have been like knocked over. You see one of the cabinets has fallen over, and several books from a bookshelf are just lying around. The rug is kicked up and tousled slightly. There's clearly been signs of struggle in here.
Alright. Look for any papers or any documents. They might have been left here.
Anything hidden, perhaps?
Alright.
Oh, follow it.
Make an investigation check then.
And I will investigate and also use ghostly gaze.
Alright.
8.
But with the ghostly gaze and such, that's going to help you out because, it's
Yeah,
like...
I'll make everything lower. Yep.
Yeah. You rolling investigation, Trafnar, or nah?
1 second.
Hey.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll try investigation.
Can I give Troth advantage?
Well, are you in the room with him, or are you looking elsewhere?
Yeah. That's what.
What? Alright.
So, 10... Oof, I don't think he needs it.
Oh wow.
That's a 21.
21!
You look about and you can see that there's scuff marks of something that's been dragged. You can see several bits of like physical damage to the area around it. And in one of the drawers, you find a bit of parchment, a letter. Don't have it on me at the moment, but basically what it reads is, "We warned you, Talar. We want our money. If we don't get it by noon, the bilges will get their cut."
That I found in Talar's house. Basically said, give us our money.
And because you rolled that fucking guy on your investigation, you kind of deduce what's probably happened here. Talar
I'm guessing he was kidnapped.
He probably didn't skip town like people believe.
Yeah.
Either murdered or kidnapped, yeah.
Yeah, he had debts to the mob, and the mob took care of it. However,
Fuck, okay.
whatever that means, because he could be alive, I guess. But from the way that these guys have been described, I don't think that's pretty good.
Well,
yeah.
I know where our friend Talar is now, big man.
Yes.
While this is going on, Raya, you see a patrol of Lord Guards approaching.
Are you there, Raya? Are you there?
Can I like bring the bracelet up to my mouth and say, "Hothead coming into dummy thick. We've got guards. Y'all need to get the hell out of it."
Nani? Wake up. Just say.
Everybody, be quiet. I can
at least speak to everybody with message, and I'll telepathically tell Trothnar to be silent. Raya says there's people. There's
Alright.
Lord's Guard incoming.
I want everyone to make a self check then. Plus
We can
10
get
because
plus
Gratian
10.
is using
Hell
Pass
yeah.
Without a Trace.
Plus 10.
Pass
Plus
Without a
10.
Trace
That's
gives you
pass
plus
without a
10 to
trace.
Pass Without a Trace. That's a fucking powerful spell.
17.
Yep.
23. 26.
25.
20.
30
30
total.
total. Okay.
Got
So,
enough
like,
to plus 1.
That's
yeah, so you all like duck down and just because you're on the second floor, but there's obviously windows and everything, so you duck down. Right, you watch as the Lord's Guards approach. They're obviously one's got a torch to keep stuff lit up, and as they walk by, they just walk by and says, "Here to miss."
Hi.
They just they kind of
Rye's
like
not good at playing it cool.
Yeah, resist urge to confront authority.
Yeah.
Are
Good
you-
day, policeman.
are
We're
you
confronting it by being.
you're waiting for something, miss, or
No, I am lost.
oh, where is it you're planning to look for? Me and my bud here, we know the town a bit. Where are you heading?
The Rusted Winch. Yep, I'm going to get a drink.
Ah, yeah, Rusted Winch. It's a good place. I've drunk there a few times. So what you need to do is, and he basically starts explaining the directions towards the Rusted Winch for about 2 or 3 minutes.
She's
And
just like nodding her head
Can I
with
thaumaturgy
her eyes
something
really
30
big.
feet away?
what are you doing, Fortune?
Oh, that's near us. No matter what, that's near us.
Yes, but it's not completely near us. 30 feet away from us,
No.
I would like to make the sound of pots breaking.
Okay.
Raya's not good
It's-
with people.
Yeah,
From
but she
what
was
I
doing
know.
fine. And
Oh,
that's just gonna draw
no.
attention towards us.
Oh,
But
for fuck's sake.
Roll a d20 for me, Fortune.
Wait, what are you doing?
Alright.
I hate you.
What are you doing?
This is this is a Floriana move.
Oh, fuck.
Why is this my move?
Because the last time something like this happened, it was you.
And that's this point, the guards are like, and so if you... What was that? You see, I don't know, I think it came from the Scurvy's vein. It's just empty, though. Right,
Can
let's
Raya
check it.
slam their heads together to try to knock them unconscious?
Okay, make a... Make a strength check with advantage because they are not aware.
This was going so well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But see, we wouldn't be God's headache if it went well the entire time.
But Valif isn't the
Could've just
gods
been going
here.
well.
This is what happens when y'all invite misfortune.
Yeah, we need you.
Okay, so
You
you
get a stern
they,
talking to.
they start to head towards the Scurvy's bane. You see they start to go for swords. You just in fact, I'll roll a Constitution saving throw for the two of these. Nope, a 4 and a 5. They are out cold.
Okay.
You say,
whew.
Yeah, so can
Everything
I bring the
okay out
blanket
there?
out? Well, the situation got a little hairy, and we've got 2 unconscious guards on our hands. So, my advice would be y'all need to hurry in there before they wake up.
I think we got everything we needed, right? Everybody, we got at least some information to answer.
I
our
did roll an
questions.
investigation earlier because I wanted to see what I could take from the place. I got a 10.
there's only really those health potions you see.
Just
I would
goodness,
like to
yeah,
take those.
So you have now stolen, you've got 3 regular health potions.
Thank you.
I will
And,
go.
and a guilty conscience.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a quick look at the potion making, see if there's anything like strange being made.
Make
I
an investigation check.
Trotnar, do you have any alcohol on you?
Wow.
This may surprise you, but no.
Oh,
You find instruction. The thing is with the Scurvy's Bane, it's not like anything special in terms of its potions. Like, it's not got like a unique blend. You are able to get some of the ingredients to make hill giant strength potion, like the actual like giant parts of it. So you could I would say, so it's half the gold normally to make. You have enough there to make 2 hill giant strength potions, and it'll be a quarter the price as opposed to half if you try and make it yourself.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
So just keep a note of that.
Yeah, it's like two hill giant potion
Ingredient.
Yeah. 2 giant toes. Normally, it's a giant toe floating in the potion.
Yeah. Well, and some of the other stuff that's required for it. The giant toes are the main part of it, but the other
Actually, it's
bits.
like a toenail, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a toenail. Like they get that bit, but it does have like various other bits of the ingredients, which is why it's gonna reduce it a bit more. There are no bushes in this area, but you can move into a darker area.
I guess I can make these later. I'll
Do some thief just move them into the darkness. No one will find them.
Yeah, no, it's like Deus Ex. You just throw the
I
body
was
into an
mentioning
alleyway.
thief, like thief.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I can. Well, I have to make potions. I can make these later.
Florana, you said you had some alcohol.
Have alcohol?
Somebody said they had alcohol when I asked Rodney.
I have alcohol.
What are you?
Oh,
planning?
yes, you do. Anything
was a
that you'd
ghost.
be willing to part with?
Are you trying to burn this place to the ground?
No. I'm going to pour it all over the guards so that anything that they say is not. When they wake up, if they try to tell anybody, they'll think they were just drunk.
Good thinking there,
I'll
lad.
take out the
I know.
Okana drop and
Well, he's
hand it over.
This makes me so sad because I know that he's collecting these. Out of character, I know that he's been collecting these.
while he's like trying to get booze, can I do a quick survey of like Tilla's study, just scanning for anything with like the warden sigil on it, just in case.
Make an investigation check.
Always good to check. Hold on. Investigation.
19.
Damn, Drothner's is just fucking on fire today,
Nothing in the
Indeed.
study.
which is funny.
What can I say? A mental breakdown makes it roll well.
Nothing in the study.
Okay. Where?
Raya, make another perception check for me, Raya.
God, I was good. Ah, fuck.
Yeet.
22.
22.
You see another pair of guards approaching.
God
Dude,
damn it,
I'm
you
about
guys.
ready
We're
now.
trying to leave.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to head out the
Panic
door.
is just like, y'all need to get out right now.
Well, right now, there's people.
Y'all need to do something.
Okay,
So
everybody.
she just kind of stands at the door, just, trying to act casual but not doing good at all.
Seeing the cassette like innocent whistling.
Yeah, I'll be holding that, but everybody, be silent. Rye says there's somebody approaching.
Have we still got pass without trace?
Yes, it lasts for
Yes.
an hour.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit,
if that's
I
the
think
case,
it's
if you guys are trying to leave stealthily, make another stealth check.
Sure. We can try to
I'll
leave.
do
some-
And actually, Trocknar, because you're in full plate, you should have disadvantage.
Would you have really brought your
Not like it really
armor
matters.
with?
Hey,
Well, that is a good question.
Sure.
Would he have brought the regular old plate armor?
I
if he was
didn't.
doing
I
that?
didn't say I
I
got out
don't
of my
think he
armor.
would.
So, well, it doesn't matter. He rolled 216, so
yeah, he's fine no matter what.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
33.
3.
All right. So you guys slip out the door. I assume you close the door behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're very polite.
So you slink off into the night riot, just kind of, the guards walk by. This time it's just there like, evening, and just walk on. I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if they spot the unconscious bodies.
Oh, dear God.
Man, these guards are shit. That's an 8 and a 6.
Oh.
Okay, so the guards walk past the alleyway. Hold your breath, hoping that they don't see it, and they keep walking by.
And then I'll. Okay.
Fucking hell.
Ryan takes off back towards where they made that.
And I'll pour all of the Opana berry drop all on these guards so that they're all stinky of booze.
A delicacy from the island nation of Opana. Used to trick
I feel
people
so
into thinking
bad.
they'd shrink.
It's like, this is such a waste. Well, it is like, don't care. I should buy some actual, just like cheap whiskey for this.
Unfortunately, there's no time, so you finish
Yeah,
dousing
not right
it. I assume you just leave the bottle with them as well.
Yeah.
Yep, leave the
Yeah,
bottle,
exactly. Just toss it on.
and you guys steal away into the night.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Just like,
We had
curse
successful crime time.
Go check. Crap.
There you go.
It was fine. Everything's fine.
Aye.
You know, to be honest, when Val said, "Do you have any alcohol?" I thought he was going to drown his sorrows from that.
No, that's not Valeth's way.
All right.
Valeth, this is more Colton is just projecting.
Mhm. Okay, so
Colton is nervous, but Valeth is super cool under pressure.
Oh my god, I would love if just as soon as we as we go to leave, Raz goes, one more thing, just breaks both the unconscious guards' necks. There we go.
What the fuck?
okay, so you guys have successfully made your escapade into the Scurvy's Bane. So what do you do now?
Yeah, we just head back to the.
Do we want to go check craft? I don't know. Do we want to check out the arcane craft, or should we do it another time?
I don't think we need to bother anybody else in the middle of the night.
What time is it by now? Like 11?
So you guys set out at about 10. It took you a little bit to get there. So I would say it is coming up to about 11 at this point.
Okay.
Even with fast traveling?
Well, keep in mind, this is including the time that you spent inside the Scurvy's Bane.
Ah.
We go to a warpstone.
Yes, it is great.
It's still
You know,
unlocked.
now that Fortune has a war horse, she literally can fast travel. Go very fast.
We have a Raya. No one's allowed to ride her, or she'll beat them.
Good.
All right. So you guys
Yeah, I
make
think
your
we're
way
just gonna head back to the
highway squall. Got it.
highway squall.
Highway squall. All right. So you guys come back in looking victorious.
Victory.
I would assume that Delson and Nemesis probably have retired to their rooms at this point.
I sleep. There is no real shit.
Slept.
Figured.
So probably he got kidnapped, I guess, by the villagers.
Yes, it seemed he was
I sleep.
indebted to them.
How long ago was the village burning, guy?
It was, if I double check on me notes here, because it helps to have your notes written down. It appeared to have been sometime before you had arrived in Groffield.
So like week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Over a week ago at the least. The town crier didn't say how long ago it was.
Yes, and it was so. Yeah.
Do you think there's a connection to the fact that the villagers kidnapped him and then one of their members apparently got burned around the time?
How long ago? Do we know how long ago the Scurvy's Bane went?
It was about 10 days from the current day that you're at, or 3 days when you arrived in Groffield.
Yeah, very shortly.
Interesting. So it was the timelines sort of line up there. Okay. Well,
he could be an active member, maybe, and that's why they did it.
Could be. I'm not sure. The Wardens didn't seem, from what Trothnar has described, to be particularly vengeful, only righteous And
Am I there, by the way?
I would
I
assume
think so. I think this is maybe like just before we all like get in and we're just cooling off before we head to bed.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
close to
they're,
midnight.
Yeah, we're theory crafting basically.
their own idea of what righteousness is.
Yes, but would it be their style to enact
Just randomly
revenge
kill
if one of
people,
their
no,
own was hurt?
Depends, really. I mean, it kind of worked as like on like an informant system. So, it would only take one or two people to say this one guy committed a vile act against the gods, and then suddenly they'd be found. So I wouldn't say petty revenge is quite beyond them. They act like that. They act like they're purging the sinful from the world, but a lot of it was just old rivalries and old scores settling. So no.
Well, we should get in touch with them. The Bilges.
Or one of the ones who seem to basically go undercover, right? Right, Fortune?
Fortune?
She wanted to at least be involved with them, I think, yes.
It's basically akin to undercover thing.
I'm not sure it was exactly undercover. I was under the impression Fortune wanted to join them.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
but
undercover
I guess
about it.
depends on like how you could. I guess.
I mean,
Is it-
you think you think you're the only one here who wants a job?
Yeah.
People know she has a job
So-
actually.
In the morning, perhaps we should try to get a hold of them.
Say that
See if we
better.
can either set up a meeting, try and sell them something, or at least get a hold of them in some way, and at the very least, try to let them know that we are after the same people they might be, since I imagine they're not exactly happy with the fact that one of their own was burned.
No. I mean, they're probably looking for revenge, ain't they? We might have a enemy of our enemy and all that.
Yes.
They might help us even if we're lucky.
And the worst that it could be is that they're involved with the Wardens somehow, and they are. That the fact that one of their own was burned was them taking care of business, so to speak.
Perhaps, aye.
That would be the worst option. That would be the worst scenario. And we would be walking into the den of the beast.
Again, we've done that a million times, mate.
That we have.
I wouldn't be too worried about these buggers or their blighters, whatever they're called. I mean, before you were with us, we mixed it up with a pretty nasty gang over in Exeter called the Grave Diggers, I think they were called. So this isn't even our first sort of gang.
Trothnar.
The
Skull
Skull
Diggers.
Diggers.
Trothnar, you've completely got it wrong. They are the diggers. If you're going to insult them, at least know the name.
I wasn't insulting them all. I was saying is that we've got experience dealing with, murderers and thieves and horrible types, eh?
Takes one to know one, I guess.
Hey.
I think I meant to ask.
Wasn't
Do
an
the
insult,
villages operate outside of this
It's an
town?
observation.
Since that I've heard of them.
From
Or
what
is
you
it
were
pr-
able to gather with the Bilges, their main base of I mean, they take part in a bit of smuggling. As I said, with the investigation, you know that there's another gang that is predominantly a smuggler gang. The Bilges predominantly operate in Groffield, though it wouldn't be that surprising to know that that may operate a little bit outside of it. Criminal gangs tend to stay in the place where they are based, but they may branch outwards if they see a means to do so.
Yeah, like the mob in New York got big
or in the East Coast got big, and eventually they started doing shit all over the place. But
Yeah, exactly. They sort of spread
they
out all
started
over the
off just in one place.
Yeah, but it sounds like this isn't that
No, they're not that big. They're
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah, it's
criminal
like a
organized
local
crime
club of
in this
gangsters.
town.
Yeah, it's about it seems to be a comparable size to the Skulldiggers, where they've got a good grip of the criminal underworld in a city.
All right, well, I don't know about you guys, but I think you need to. I think all of you need to sleep.
Aye. Anybody know what I'm staying for the night? Then, since somewhat correct my living quarters.
I think they gave you another room.
Yeah, they gave you another room.
But Liv, how odd is it when you not sleeping, when you have your patron is like a dream date or something? Like, do you
If I need
dream?
to speak with Room, or he needs to speak with me, then I rest. But otherwise, I live in a waking dream, Floriana.
Nick?
That's why I don't seem like I'm here most of the time. I tend to daydream and wander about the world in my mind.
Hmm.
Or perhaps that's what I'm doing right now.
Suppose.
Wandering the world.
Ooh. Well, sleep, I guess.
And I'll just like sit down in the bar in a corner with my book of shadows and give it a look-see and read over things. And
Do you
do a
really
long
freak?
rest.
Wouldn't the rest of the bar staff and the barman be really freaked out at this Goliath is reading this book and not sleeping?
The sleeping part is what gets them. Some of the ones that are on the
Yeah,
night
like
shift
eventually you'd be
kinda
like, hey, do you need to sleep, bud?
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. It's
"No,
like
I'm fine."
it's like you've been
Yeah.
up
Hey,
for a
Bill,
while.
we're
Don't
closing
you
up.
need some sleep or? Yeah, okay, I do. They occasionally ask you to have concern because they obviously don't want you to cause you not going without sleep as a bitch, and it really fucks you up sometimes. So that they approach you out of concern, but you reasonably just tell them that no, you're fine.
No,
Needing
my
to
blood
sleep
is
the
made of
ultimate-
coffee.
Not needing sleep is the ultimate skill adventure.
Dude, can you imagine how much shit the world could get done if we didn't need to sleep? My God.
A whole 33% more time in the day.
Yep. Okay, so those of you that do sleep awaken the next day. You come down for your meal, and the day is yours. What do you wish to do? Because we still got an hour left, because that would normally be a good time to stop, but we got a fucking hour left still, because yay! That's
Yeah.
fine. So what do you guys wish to do?
Can I continue my training?
Yes, you can. You head
Go
off.
Delson.
You head off to continue your training.
Kind of concerned about how. Say, can I roll now, having worked with to get how powerful a wizard is?
Yeah. So you trying to ascertain how?
How powerful he would have been based on having worked with him?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, I don't want to fight a level 20. I think a level. wizard.
18. You haven't really seen the strength of his magic, but just the fact that he has wards to prevent scrying by itself signifies that he's strong.
He's strong.
Strong.
Gonna do anything.
I don't think you have Gration. Don't think you've given that chain out to anybody. Sure, if you want to.
I guess won't try to investigate.
I thought Troth has better armor.
He's got plate mail, yes.
Yeah.
But it takes a
Oh.
long time to take it off and put it on.
I'll I'll leave my day open to figuring out what other people do then.
Okay, what's everyone else doing?
I would like to teach my horse common.
Okay, make a charisma check and have okay, and have Maelstrom make a intelligence check. Because I believe you got a character cheat set for him.
Yes, I do. I'm just afraid.
You could try
He's
getting
dumb.
it. Gration.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
You could ask.
You get the feeling you've made 0 progress with Maelstrom.
It's okay, we love him anyways.
Of course, if nothing happens, I might just do the tea house. Oh.
Alright. So what about everyone else?
Did we ever talk to the Lord's Guard?
Nope.
Nope. And we were gonna see maybe like if we could get a name of the potential victim or like where they were burned or anything.
Wait, I can put it in the bag of holding.
Here comes Nemesis Drew.
Thanks. I hate it.
Oh, right.
Alright.
That's true. I get it.
Yeah. I never liked those books either.
I
also
would
could go talk
I would
or-
go to help out being the world's greatest detective and all, but gun.
Butt gun. Alright. Is anyone else gonna come with me?
to go investigate the Lord's Guard.
Yeah.
Fortune, of course.
Oh yeah, before I go, I want to inform everyone that I have the second bag of holding.
Oh, hey, you do, yeah. You bought it from Kendall.
I know what I want to do today. I want to put a bag of folding in the bag.
God, no, don't.
I want to destroy Groffield and myself and my friends.
I don't think it'd be that big, but still.
Alright. I guess I'm going to Lord's Guard. Fortune's coming.
I probably will come, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so the actual Lord Guard's headquarters. What about everyone else?
You already know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, and I know what you're
That-
doing, obviously.
Anyone want to join
Yeah,
me
right.
in my
He said he'll be back in a
escapades?
few minutes, so that's fine. So what about everyone else?
Thing
I
is,
will cheer on Wilson in his training.
there because of the separate version I have for Lucia Florona, I canonically made her learn how to use a pistol.
No,
Like,
just
I don't want
put
to
a
actually would be.
2 in
I should-
parentheses next to it,
I kind of would like to learn how
or
to.
in brackets.
Yeah, because I mean, with Gratian, you wouldn't be able to learn how to use gun because you don't have gun, and you're not being trained by a person who has gun. You
I'm
can
sure
always
you
watch
know.
it.
Kind of would like to learn. Like it would be kind of. Nice. What I need to do is find a way to have a polar bear.
I mean, that's something you figure out, man.
Yeah, I know.
Ruffnar, what
I'll
about
think on it.
yourself? I don't think Ed's here. Okay. Fair enough. So I guess we'll go with the Lord's Guard bit. So,
Yeah.
because I mean, the training, it's like there's nothing to say about training. It's you're training how to use gun.
Gun.
Indeed.
Don't look at point. Don't look at open end. Make sure you don't keep that a bit around anything you don't
I'm
want to
learning
shoot.
my neutral B.
Okay.
Don't shoot anything you don't want to shoot.
Make sure safety's on. Does that even exist? Does it actually exist?
No. So
I didn't think so.
man. It's like
yeah.
a fucking English Civil War era fucking musket. No
Oh yeah,
such
that
thing as
reminds me. Oh, there was this scene in an episode, a show I was watching. It's like if he could, that was like ranting about like the kid, because the guy had a kid, and it's like he had a like a modern day musket. It's like if he could knock me down, take it out, put the correct amount of gunpowder in, ram it down there, put the ball in there, and shoot me in the eye with it. Yeah, I can find that scene.
So, the lot that are going to the Lord's Guard headquarters. I mean, it's a fairly obvious, like, it's almost like a large, like, fortress almost, nearby the palace. So you are able to find your way to the headquarters. You are stopped at the gates, obviously, by the guards. Hold there, what's your business?
We were wondering if we could assist with this latest burning.
Who are you? Where do you hail?
Well, we're from the Plains Hunter Guild.
We're known as God's Headache.
I thought that you plain hunters were people that hunted monsters, not criminals.
Our group in particular likes to help people out as well.
Sell swords, then.
Plain
Yes.
Hunters Advanced Edition.
It's quite a statement.
Right, and what services are you intending to give to this investigation?
Well, to potentially find the criminals and stop the burnings as a whole to prevent more killings.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
25. Wait here. I must speak with the investigator to see if he is willing to accept your assistance. Please stay here for the meantime. And goes inside. About 15 minutes pass before the door opens up and the same Lord Guard comes out. The investigator will speak with you. Please come in. Follow me.
Fantastic. And I'll follow him inside with my grin.
Okay. So the Lord Guard leads you down this corridor. There's like guards everywhere, as you would expect from like the main headquarters. But eventually you're kind of just bustled into a small common room. There's a few tables and chairs and sofas and such, and the guard says, please wait here patiently. The investigator will be with you momentarily.
Very well.
They are at the Lord's Guard headquarters. Nemesis was able to convince them to whatchamacallit.
Let me in!
Let me in!
I'm important! Do what I say!
So what's going on?
So currently, unless the two of you are joining them, Nemesis and pretty much everyone that isn't going for training in gun have gone to the Lord's Guard headquarters to inquire about the burnings. So
Yeah, I'll be with her.
Okay. What about you? Yep, you'd all be there, outside of the ones that aren't. Okay. So.
Is it really all of us at this point then?
Well, everyone except Delta Integration and Raya. So 5 of you.
I didn't
You
decide to watch Gun.
I don't know if you decided to watch Gun. I assumed you decided to go to Lord's Guard. So you sit there and wait. About another 10 minutes afterwards happen. Before the door opens and you can see an individual comes through the door. This one, you can see that she's got chainmail on, but it's not like fully fastened. It's just there just some basic protection, just in case. But enough of it on there so that if she needs to suit up for battle, she doesn't need to do too much. She appears to be a halfling with sort of, it's hard to tell because her hair is dyed a crimson red, but you assume just by the few little bits that you can see that her hair was probably originally black. It's a bright red. The hair only goes down to her shoulders, and she has dark blue eyes. Right, so I've been told that you lot wish to help us sell swords of some. What is it that you want to help us with in regards to this specifically?
Well, we'd like to help you find the criminal that's doing all of this. Or group of individuals.
Do you know if it's a group of people? Because, brutally honest, we don't know who's involved in this.
We have a theory of who it could be.
Eh?
We're currently looking for a group of sorts, an old cult. who had similar methods of killing people. We were led here.
Aye, and tell me about this cult then.
All right. They were some sort of paladins from Platinum Hold back in the day. I can't remember what they're called.
Am I in the room with her?
I'd assume so if you were joining them.
Yeah.
Let's go. They weren't just in Platinum Hold. You could find they had chapters all over the Dwarven Kingdoms at one point.
Dwarven Kingdom. Oh, so this is like a Dwarven cult, yeah?
Aye.
Oh, we know about them. They got out of Grufffield about 40 years ago.
How sure are you about that?
But I'm sure because a bunch of them confessed and then we burnt down their manor. Their little,
You don't
their
think that there could be anyone left in that particular group?
Someone taking up their work, or hell, there could be still some around who didn't come forward and just ran underground.
Or a copycat.
Or a copycat, aye.
See, that's what we're thinking here. Because the burnings, they did stop after, we burnt down their own place and slaughtered a good chunk of them. And then that was fine till about 5 years ago. Also, the method's a bit different. Not too sure if any of you knew about how they killed their victim, but oftentimes it was throwing them on a brazen. These, it's part of the burnings, but these new ones, they're not killed in the same way. During the burnings, from what I've read, because we did look into the burnings when they started happening again, they were charred black when it was this dwarven cult. These guys, they're just horrifically burnt.
Aye.
Not to mention with the burnings, signs of more than just burning.
What do you mean?
Like swords. Look, before I continue, I need you all to swear, if you're gonna help, that none of this gets out, and that you actively do help.
You have my word.
Right, what's your...
Mine as well.
Right, what's your name, friend?
Trothnar.
Trothnar, right. She takes out a small bit of parchment and just writes her name down. I'll get the rest of your names in a second, but since you seem so adamant and knowledgeable about it, I'll put your name down first. So, the victim we found was part of a criminal gang, which isn't too uncommon. Victim was killed about 2 weeks ago. It's an elf, and was found in their own house with blood everywhere. But all the time, it seems to be that they are badly charred as well.
Is there anything else that the victims have in common?
Well, that's the thing. With the burnings all those years ago, there were some in common. Mostly dwarfs, but this one, indiscriminate. The only connection we've got is that a lot of them are believed to be members of the Bilges or had dealings with them. We've tried to catch the Bilges a few times, but not had a lot of luck with that. We've tried asking the other gangs, but, criminal gangs kind of don't want to work with Lord's Guard.
That would make sense, yes.
Well, I mean, if their workers keep getting burned to death, I suppose, desperate times and all that, they might have to work with you guys.
Well, the thing is that the Bilges are... It may be a lot of their members, but it's not like every burning is their members.
Sure.
It's just a few years back. It was just an old lady.
just randomly found, burnt. Hell, to begin with, that was the first crime. We just thought that it was a bad accident, you know? Accidentally fell in her fireplace or something, but then we saw more of them, and it began to turn some heads.
This was 5 years ago, yeah?
That's roughly when the first one started. We only really started the investigation about 3 years, because the thing is with these burnings, they're sporadic, and oftentimes they're not very common. It's the reason we don't have a curfew at the moment, because we haven't had a need to. You're talking maybe 1 or 2 burnings a couple of months. I think we've had about 9 people that are linked to this burning in the 5 years, so give you an idea, it's not common.
Anything the ones that aren't village members?
Nah, just, I mean, they're not really much of the lower class folk, but they're not the better off ones, you know, they're kind of middle class. Not to say they have been lower class, I think 2 of them were just, you know, dock workers, or suppliers, couriers.
All to do with the bilges, yeah?
Not all of them. I'd say about half of them have had either were Bilge's members, or are believed, we haven't been able to prove it, but believed to have some involvement with the Bilges. Oh, there's also one thing as well, and this is the reason why I doubt it's that Dwarven cult. From what our lot on the inside know, the nickname they have is the Shadow Phoenix.
Shadow Phoenix, eh?
Apparently one of the mark that she got sloppy with one of the marks. Was able to escape, and apparently the witness report that, or at least what they told him, was that it was like a figure with the visage of a phoenix burning perpetually.
Does the mention of a burning phoenix, does that ring any bells for me?
You have never heard of anything within the Wardens as the Shadow Phoenix.
Have any of us heard of it?
None of you have heard of it.
So, someone was able to get away.
Aye, high-ranked Bilge member, apparently.
And they actually came to you?
Oh, no. We've got some people that, while not in the Bilges, kind of slightly embedded in some of the other ones. This one came from a group called the Rip Currents. They tend to deal a lot with the Bilges. Apparently this is hearsay among the criminal underworld.
I see. So, alright. This Phoenix person, is there any more information on them? Possible height, gender, things like that?
We've got nothing. Keep in mind that whoever this person is, and I believe it's a person, because I don't believe there's a phoenix walking about Groffield, they strike quickly, decisively, with no witnesses, and the only thing we've got is what the Bilges are saying, and they ain't saying much. Again, criminal underworld, we kind of gotta do with what we've got with our inside people.
Aye.
Kind of look over to Fortune.
Just to check, what's the name of the guy we're talking to?
You didn't ask her name.
Okay. Oh, it's her? Okay.
Yes.
You can ask her what her name is.
Just out of curiosity, what's your name, lass?
Sarah Lovetruffle. It's family descended from gnomes.
Well, Fortune, your idea is looking better and better.
Wait, what idea you lot got?
I was just thinking, from our own findings, We were pointed towards a member of your own for more information about the possible information about the cult.
And that is?
What was his name?
Sir Moore.
Aye. Sir Moore Slabblade.
Sir Moore? He's retired 20 years ago.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, I know where he is. He's under guard at the moment because of the burnings.
Under guard?
Oh yeah, during the time when it was this dwarven cult, the bastards tried to kill him. Because he's a dwarf. And they're after dwarfs. And he's also one of the pivotal people involved with bringing them to justice. Apparently it was some of the confessors that came to him. That's why he got the knighthood.
Would we be able to speak with him?
I mean, you can certainly try, but it's down to him on that one. He's retired. I'm not... it's not in my right to tell him to speak to you. It's down to him. I can say for the guard that he can, see if Sir Moore is willing. But before you change the subject there, what was that about your little plan there, lass?
Well, it was her idea.
The Tiefling's idea.
Mm-hmm.
What was your plan, lass? I'm all ears for anything that we might have tried.
Well, get one of us, who are not associated with the Lord's Guard, into the group.
Into the villages?
Yeah.
It's gonna be difficult, lass. We don't even know how they even communicate. You might be better off, though. It's a good idea. But... we got inside people into the other crime gangs, but they can't do much, because if they blur the cover, then we're in the shits. But... one of our inside men, in the Rip Currents, might be able to help you on that one.
Alright, so when can we meet with them?
Oh, no. The way that it works is that... we got a tip-off that a shipment's coming in that the Rip Currents are smuggling. One of our inside men people. We were planning to have some Lord's Guard descend on it and capture it, but... what if you all were to stumble across it and maybe find a way to convince them to let you in? Maybe... I'm not sure how you can do it, but you meet with one of them Ripcurrent lots, and maybe you can find a way to convince them to let you in. Once you're there, the Ripcurrents speak a lot with the Bilges. They're the go-to when it comes to smuggling, so maybe you can make some headway there. Just a suggestion. If you want to try and find the Bilges and find your way in, you're free to do so, but just keep in mind, we ain't done it yet, so you're probably going to need to do some creative thinking.
Well, Nemesis, what do you think?
I think that the criminal underworld is your expertise. So if you think that...
say that in front of the police?
Look, if just want to make something clear, criminal underworld, you're not part of any of the gangs currently, are you, lass?
No, not
Then
currently.
I don't give a shit.
Fantastic.
Look,
you have more
Gruffield-
experience with all
Gruffield
of this,
is-
so...
I was just saying then, it's like, yeah, she says, one second, let me just get the name. Fucking... Gruffield is not looked after by anyone other than, I'm just going to get the name because fucking hell, I've got way too many notes. I've literally got like 3 documents up at the moment trying to get...
It's okay, I never remember names.
Gruffield is under the rule of the Ordim family. So long as you ain't done a crime in an Ordim-owned area, we couldn't give a shit.
I think Morian was fine then.
That said,
It's like,
the less you talk about that openly, the better.
okay. Do you... What do you know about what happened to the owner of the Scurvy's Bane?
That's a bit of a mystery in itself. We're led to believe that he owed the Bilges stuff. I'm not sure. Nah, it's separate from the burnings. I don't think there's anything else that's needed to be said.
Okay.
Just since you
Were
have
you able
suspicions.
to identify the last person that was burned?
We're still in the process of that one. We've only found that, as I say, it's an elf and was stabbed. This is one that was found in the open, so not in his place of residence. But before we inform the next of kin, we're just trying to get a trail, shall we say. Try and find what happened.
Was it an elf? Sorry, did you say?
Aye, an elf.
With the people who weren't involved with the bilges, did they have family members that were involved?
Not really, no.
Alright.
Even though I think it's more of a stroke of luck, the Bilges are a very large crime gang here. So it's not unsurprising that one of them may have been a member or had an involvement with it.
So you think that this might be purely coincidental, that the majority of them are from this gang?
I got no evidence to say otherwise, but you'd probably have to find and ask this Shadow Phoenix yourself. And good luck with that!
Well, let's hope that we do!
Where was the, meeting with the Shadow Phoenix, apparently? Because you said someone was seen it. Or was that?
So we don't know. Again, this is just what we heard in the criminal underworld. They didn't say where the attack happened. They just said that one of the big higher-up bilges were attacked by him. Again, they're keeping very secretive about it. I would too if I had a spirit of vengeance coming for me. But look, if you're going with the criminal underworld and you want to go with the rip current, let me know so I can call off the net.
Oh, what, sorry?
Capture
Were you listening, dwarf? There is meant to be some moving of contraband with the rip currents. We got Lord's Guard ready to bring them into custody. But if you want an in to the rip currents, I can call that off, and you can go find a way to meet them yourself and figure something out there.
Okay.
But you need to let me know, because otherwise, we're continuing as is.
Let me just go meet these ripcards then.
All right.
Hold back on the net for a while until we let you know.
Right, well, hopefully you're quick then. Apparently the deal's tonight. Southern side of the dock, you got to look for a rundown mill. Rundown water mill. Apparently that's where they're going to be.
Should we...
What kind of cargo is it anyway?
I couldn't tell you. Our inside man's not very high up the chain, so probably best that way.
I mean, the way I see it, this is our only real way in right now.
As good as any, I would imagine.
Aye, I agree.
Probably.
Who knows, if we refuse it, we could be running around for weeks trying to find access to the bilges.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright. I say we go with the rip current.
All right, and if that's the case, I'll tell them all to call off the net. I'll maybe keep one or two people there to make sure things don't go to shit. Or if it looks like you're backstabbing us. Look, I gotta be careful here.
We understand.
That's fine.
Right. So yeah, if you do decide to speak to Sir Moore as well, just talk to the guard and just say that the investigator
orders him to let them speak to some more.
All right, then.
Who knows what that means?
Write down.
Of course, as I said, whether or not he'll speak with you, that's Mora's choice. But at the very least, this will stop the guard from turning you away at the door.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You get any information, let me know. And if you do decide to go in through the criminal route, try not to link it back to us, for God's sake.
Don't worry. You can keep a secret, don't worry.
How do you spell more?
M-O-R.
M-O-R?
M-O-R? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Then let's go ahead and get out of here. I think we have our plan.
Did we want to, this is just speaking amongst the group, did we want to go speak with him today then, before we get involved with these bilges?
I think that would be a good idea.
Aye. Let's go.
Alright, so you're going to go
so we go
speak to Sir Moore. Okay. So, obviously, even though I didn't mention it, like, the investigator gives you the directions to Sir Moore's place. So you make it there. It's actually a very small, like, cramped house. But you can see, like, standing right next to the door is a Lord's Guard. And as you, like, head up the path, he raises his hand. Halt! No one is allowed in.
Get him. Of course
No
not.
official business from
The investigator.
investigator of the Lord Guards, Sarah.
Sarah
Yes.
Love Truffle.
It's very funny. I'm sure you've heard it all before. He's not budging.
What if you tell some more that there's a long lost member of the Wardens outside looking to...
Well, that sounds like a horrible idea to say.
Well, it said.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, can I persuade him to not say that?
No, Trotner. make a
I know, I'm
perception
joking.
check Is what he means.
And I've been kicked out of Roll20, hold on.
I'm just gonna say,
Yes,
like,
that would be
we
helpful.
could,
Can someone roll for me, please?
Okay. The only two people that can do it is me and them. So...
I forgot names in power control the didn't you?
Ah, why's my pitch black? The darkest of nights.
18.
I
Wow,
can't see it
18.
either. I can see it.
So he's rolling so good.
So
It's in-
we can't see what it is.
It was 19, 18 plus 1. I
Yeah,
don't know why nobody else can see it, but
I can see it.
yeah, at first it was just a plus sign.
Yeah. Well, no, the dice itself is just pitch black.
Weird.
Yeah. Wait here. Opens the door and just goes inside. It's about 5 minutes later. You hear some yelling from inside. The sound of footsteps.
Yeah, it's about right.
And the door, like, flies open, and you can see there is an elderly dwarf. Yeah, not super, like, elderly, like, Trofnar elderly. So, 50s, 60s equivalent. Completely bald on the top of his head. His beard is starting to turn, like, greyish white.
So he's probably a couple of years older than me.
Yeah, probably a few years older. Like, the grey's setting in at this point. His eyes are, like, sort of squinted. He has a fabulous mustache, like, the twirly mustache almost.
Nice.
And you can see he's walking, and you can see, initially, it's like, you think he's using a walking stick, but you can see it's actually a large hammer. He, like, stops, looks at you all, looks at you, Trofnar, walks up to you, grabs you by the front and pulls you forward. Who are you to say you're a warden?
Show him your hammer. That did it.
Throfnar Glowhammer, Lieutenant of the Platinum Hold, Garrison of the Wardens of the Worldfire.
Former.
You got a
Former, of course.
You got a
Thank
lot
you.
of
You can exile
boars
something.
coming here, Truffnar.
So, need your help.
Do you now?
Look, I've been trying to find my fellow brethren, the ones that remain, and bring them to justice, the same that you did as well. I was hoping that maybe our goals were aligned, so maybe we could help each other track down the remnants.
Cat just looks you over.
You don't wear the garb of a warden, I can tell you that one.
I try not to.
So
I've been
like,
living with the guilt. I've been living with the. Been living with the guilt of being a warden for the last 100 years, mate.
kind of like you watch the like looks deep into your eyes. It's like it's almost like piercing right through you. It's like shoves you away slightly.
And with that like look of into my eyes, you guys can tell that like I'm just starting to like start to well up a little bit.
He like shoves you up.
I suppose the lot of you best come in then.
He walks back. You watch so the guy like comes out with his sword drawing. He's like,
It's fine, let them in.
Gambles. What? It
This
paid off.
guy's just on like house watch. He's just like,
yes, sir, more.
I'll just let this guy that says he's a member of the group that tried to kill
Yeah, pretty much.
right.
Hey guys, I remember with Death Cult. Can I come in?
and his other 6 other friends.
Pretty much.
All right, so he invites you all in. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. It's not a very big house, but you're all able to sit down. And he goes to like near to the opposite long side of the table, just props a hammer up against a table, sits on the chair, and just looks at you all.
Right. So who's gonna start then?
Right. I was after spending many years in self-imposed exile. I pulled myself out from the bottom of a bottle of ale, and I ended up joining with these fine folk. We've been traveling together ever since, and then during a trip to Platinum Hold, we got mixed up with investigating some of my father brethren, and our investments there led us here, the Gruffield. We did some digging around, and we found 3 names. One was a traumatized old woman. The other's been kidnapped or murdered by the local gang. And the third is you. And some more.
I know of the 2 that you speak of.
Yeah.
Lewis
Not many around,
Ultrafair and Tilla Yarosmith, ain't it?
Aye. There's not many around. There's not many dwarves around Gruffield our age.
Many of them left when the burnings happened.
Aye, it was I suppose ironically some of the landwalkers got a bit under the collar with the lousy, you know. Sorry, aye. Bad thing to say, sorry.
Cool.
Look, I don't have exactly a lot of love for these lot, but they're good people. So I'd respect it if you gave them some respect, especially because you got some of them land workers with you right now. So,
Those are cool.
might as well explain a bit of myself. Been a Lord's Guard here all my life. I was here when the burnings started, here when the burnings ended. Was attacked multiple times by these Wardens, which, a little bit of information for you. Around this point, they weren't called the Wardens of the Worldfire anymore.
What are they called then?
They called themselves the Worldfire's Judgment. Only reason they got linked together is because of several people came by and confessed. basically explained that they were part of the Wardens of Worldfire and they changed their name to distance themselves, prevent the dwarf and kingdoms taking notice.
Right, of course. Because last time when we were at Platinum Hold, the Warden Manor there was long since abandoned and had been ransacked within an inch of its life.
Far better than ours. We burnt that thing to the ground. Call it a bit of ironic justice.
Aye.
Side check. True.
Make an
And
insight
so
check.
there was I definitely know that they weren't all found in Platinum Hold friend. In fact, a cousin of the king there ended up, he was a member of the Wardens with me. We bumped into each other all those years later, and he's not with us. He took his own judgment into his hands, if you know what I mean. So I suspect that there's still several, at least a few are still knocking about. I'm guessing not every single member of the Wardens of the Worldfire Judgment, or the fuck they were calling themselves, came and apologised to you personally some more.
Aye, and they did.
So have you got after all these years, have you had any rumblings about them still being around, or this, the current burnings? We were talking to the Laws Guard and how they doubt it's the cult again, but...
You're sounding muffled again.
Chat, sorry. We were talking to Sarah and the other Laws Guard, and they were saying that it's similar, but they doubt it's the Wardens again, or the cult.
Aye, I'm of that opinion as well.
So what's your theory then, old man?
Well, the first thing is...
Copycat?
Probably copycat. The thing is with this, I don't think that the Wardens, as you call them, are gone. At least, I don't think they're gone from Ansor. Garfield, most certainly. But, given a 35 gap between, this is probably some copycat. But, the fact they're focusing on people that aren't just dwarfs.
Aye. You were saying that most of the victims have connections to the criminal underworld here.
I'm led to believe that whoever this is might have a vendetta against the Bilges.
Aye, that makes sense.
It's a possibility, one that's been explored, but and keep in mind this is just based on what they tell me.
Of course.
I retired many years ago, lad. I ain't involved in that stuff. This is just what work colleagues say, to former work colleagues.
Of course.
Within confidentiality, of course. It's been explored, but couldn't tell you. I'm of the opinion that it's a little bit of judgment from someone who's got a grudge, and those that not related are just some poor saps caught by bad information.
Maybe. Aye. You can't be too sure. I mean, there's a reason you've got those lads posted outside your door, isn't it? The burning's back.
Well, it wasn't my choice, that's for sure. But I was a frequent target, one of the few Dwarven Lords Guard in Groffield. So, when it came to be that the Wardens got a bit more emboldened early on, they attacked me a few times. Got a few scars to show it.
And he kind of rolls one of his one of the sleeves of his tunic. You can see a large scar just across his forearm.
Ooh.
Length weight, all up the width, not cross.
Mm-hmm.
One
You do know that?
Yeah.
You know that probably the clerics over at Mikhail's church could probably get that healed up for you.
Aye, but why remove a medal that bested a warden?
I'd say. Aye.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's cool. So have you had anyone try to come back here and finish you off, or?
Nah, I've been living a peaceful life the past 5 years. It used to be the case where if I left here I had to go under escort. Not anymore. They still keep a guard just in case one of them tries to murder me in my sleep, but I live a quiet life now.
Aye, fair. Aye, so just like what you're saying about how the Wardens are still definitely here there, and if they're not here, then I mean it makes sense with they may have fled to back to the Dwarven kingdoms.
Couldn't tell you, lad. Look, the confessors came to me, but what became of them, I don't know. Well, partially, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they must have been put in prison or executed, or.
From what I heard, some were executed, some were locked up for the rest of their days, though they weren't kept in Graffield. The dwarves got them. Part of an agreement with the Dwarven Human Accord.
Well, sent packing off to Underook.
I think they went to Mithrilhammer, honestly. With that kind of crime.
Oh, gosh.
Needless to say, Morium give them mercy on that. But
Aye.
I have heard, keep in mind, this is just what I heard from hearsay, that some of those wardens might have been given false names and let out in the world. Probably not in Garfield, though. They don't want anything to do with them, that's for sure.
Of course. Alright. So. We are at the moment thinking of infiltrating some of the more criminal elements down here. Maybe try and figure out maybe why, if it is the Wardens, or an old remnant of them, why they may have a grudge against the Belgers or one of the other gangs. So
probably be a good idea. You have, given what I overheard, you've spoken with Sarah, aye?
Aye.
Well, if she's given you her blessing, then probably Sarah's a good idea. Word travels a lot more in the underworld, especially when it involves their own.
Of course. I'm sure they got to be, sure the higher ups they must be shit scared if all their underlings keep burning alive.
Given the Brutish have pulled back their crimes through the recent attacks, I would say so, yeah.
Aye. 1 second.
Sorry I can't help further, but again, no longer part of the Water God. This, tragic as it may be, not really not my deal anymore.
Aye, I know. Still, you've been a great deal of help, old man. Thank you very much.
You remind me of some of them that confessed. They realize that they're fucked up, and they're fucked up hard. And even though they don't think that anything they do can make a difference, they still try no matter how hard and painful it is.
Well, I mean, they say that, they feel that, but I mean, look what that got them. Either death, imprisonment, or a lifetime of act with guilt, so.
Could be worse. Few of them that confessed shortly afterwards took their own lives. Guilt destroyed them. Just remember that you're stronger than them because you're still here standing and trying to make a difference. That's the reason why I didn't chop your fucking head off when you said you're a warden.
To be honest, I thought that's what you were planning to do. That's what when he stormed out here with all of Morian's fury in your eyes, I thought you were gonna cut my head off there and then.
Oh, don't worry. I was thinking it. And that's why I keep my axe close, in case my hunch is wrong.
I hope your mercy was well founded today, friend.
Actions speak, Trofna Glowhammer. That's what the slab blades always say.
Of course.
Which, you know, the Slab Blades is a rather big clan.
Yeah, would I know sort of like what they specialize in and like?
You would.
Their, like,
They
reputation and
are
stuff?
a predominantly military-based clan. They are about combat. So that's
So they're a bunch of like pint-sized badasses, basically.
you know from the Dwarven Human War that it was the Slab Blades that led the army of the Dwarven Kingdoms, even though the ruling party at the time was the Forge Powders. It was the Slab Blades generals that led the armies into battle. And you know from knowing the big clans that at a time of war where the clans must band together, it is always the Slab Blades that lead.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's almost like the confessors knew there's a slab blade here. If we were to confess to anyone, it would be him, kind of thing.
Because actions speak.
Of course. Aye. You know, I suppose there's only so many prayers of penance you can make before your words start meaning nothing. Aye.
As I told you, actions speak. You do an action to deal with this problem? As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to lop your head off. You turn back to the Wardens and I find you? I may be old, lad, but I can tangle with the best of them still.
I mean, by the look of you, we're only, 10 years apart?
Yeah, probably. My wounds are catching up on me a bit, though.
Aye, well, just so you know, I haven't exactly been living in a palace in the middle of a mountain somewhere, so...
Aye, I know. You look like a bullet shot you out.
I'll take that as a compliment some more, thank you.
Whatever floats your boat, lad.
Aye. Well, it's about time that we started chasing some more leads down. If we find anything concrete, or we find the bastard who's doing this, we'll let you know some more.
Don't bother, lad. I'm retired. Bring it to Sarah. She'll probably want it more than me. But you solved the problem. Let me know. I'll treat you to a drink.
Hey, that'd be nice. Catch up on old war stories. Blood blades, I know I've got a few of them.
Sure, I have a couple that would be interesting for you too.
Aye.
Morian can bring glory to your blade, lad.
And to yours too, some more. And I extend a hand to shake it, and I extend my hand out.
He reaches it out with his scarred hand. You can actually see he hasn't rolled it down. He just grips your hand. Like, he doesn't shake, he just grips it.
Okay. And then with a firm handshake, I turn around and I walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we give him a little nod and head out as well.
You got it, didn't realize? I turn to the group.
Yeah. As you walk out, he says to the rest of you,
Keep an eye on him. Make sure he don't stray down the wrong way.
That's what we're here for.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that he's surrounding himself with people that aren't utter bonkers.
Bullet just laughs at that.
Of the what, sorry?
That aren't utter bonkers.
Bonkers, yeah.
Hilariously ironic.
yeah, he doesn't even know, man.
Yeah, totally not.
he doesn't even know.
Oh yeah, of course not. He doesn't know that I was
50,
essentially like in like a... Yeah.
No, he doesn't know the group that he rolls with.
Yeah.
That's what I'm referring
You guys
to.
are nuts, yeah.
Alright. So, as you leave the house of Sir Moore, now with new information and an objective. That's what I'm going to call it for this session, because there's not really much I can do in 10 more minutes. I will
Yeah.
also
And
say.
I thank you for that because I have to go leave to get ready now.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
All
Have a good
righty.
day.
Have a good day. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna like get ready for the night and then go do that thing.
Yeah. I mean, we'll say on the off
yeah.
bit that you just prep for
Yeah, before our next
Yeah. That
next
got
session.
that got tense.
That was good. That was good. That was a good.
That was a really good meeting. Not gonna lie, I was kind of.
You're eating the mic again.
You're in a.
Sorry, not
sound like you're in a
not gonna
couple.
lie, I was kind of terrified of like, essentially like I say hi, I'm basically when I'm a Lord Guard here, a long lost warden here to confess. I was expecting like shouting and then literally the guards outside to like get me in chains and like
Yeah.
draw me into some dungeon.
Yeah.
God damn it, drop there.
More
Yeah, and then-
more
and then-
Sadblade does not have a lot of love for the Wardens.
No,